You guys already know. What time it is. That's right. It is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Which means we're gonna have some fucking fun. Oh, do I dare? Do I dare play it?
He allegedly also passed off a 20.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, yes, I'm thinking it's time. Good morning, everyone. Hi, 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 hi. Hello. Evanescence is going to release a new album next week. Silence Millennium. Anyways, good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a great Sunday, Sunday, fun day. Here's the song for anyone who wanted it. I am very excited to say we've got a full, nice, stacked day. All right. First and foremost, okay, as promised, we would watch the Jubilee video, and I'm very excited to watch the Jubilee video because it'll be very entertaining. They said it was going to release today. Last I checked, it wasn't up, but let me see right now. Maybe they've released it since in the past, like, hour or something. Pausers? We're still waiting. We're still waiting. And then, it's a good Jubilee video. Yeah, it's Dave Rubin versus 20 people. So I'm excited, okay? And then, or maybe rather before, I can't stop covering the view botting story. It's just too funny, dude. I literally, I can't. I can't. So, I want to watch that. And then, Hassan's VOD got nuked from watching the Jubilee video. I thought it was just the VODs, like the YouTube VODs that got nuked. Okay. And then, did you ever go on Jubilee? Probably not. It's such a shit show. It's great to watch other people go on. Because it's entertaining as hell. Let me close all of this. Close. Yeah, and then I have some variety stuff for you guys. I don't want to spoil the variety. And I saw a more perfect union video that looked really good. And then I saw there was something else. Wait. Hold. What was it? Oh yeah, the Lego stuff. Did you guys see any? I haven't. Okay. Admittedly, this would be a story I haven't looked into at all. I heard some people talking about Lego, and I saw a video from Moist Critical talking about Lego, and that's it. So, it's actually really good. Oh. This stuff is crazy. Blatant police corruption. Ooh. All right. Okay. So we have a lot of stuff to get to. Let's get into it. Enough. No, without further ado, let's go. The channel Reckless Ben is always doing insane stuff like this. Like he infiltrated a cult and Scientology before. Interesting. All right. Let's go. Let me open this. Here we are. Perfect. Wait, what the hell? Why is it not showing up? Oh, I accidentally changed the chat. Oops. There we go. This is the video. Now we're good. Excellent. And then let's close this. There are rumors that Asmongold has been involved in a fatal accident after some photos have been released. I did see this. I can't believe days later we're still getting crazy fucking crazy content, dude. Men are naturally more attractive than women on average. That's why women need makeup. You look like a Habsburg corpse, which was the result of gratuitous inbreeding. Is crazy. Is crazy. Is crazy. Okay, I got baited. Fuck me, man. Asmongold's gonna do a video on this. He's gonna be like, my life is in danger. Evil whore on the internet endangers my life with joke. In fairness, the corpse is at least dead. Asmongold has no excuse for looking like that, bro. For real. Oh, man. All right. Now. Yeah, this was.
You're arguing that things
This is the preview for the Jubilee video.
economically were better under Joe Biden.
At the end of his administration, absolutely.
Yeah, so can you give me an example of how?
Yeah, GDP growth was better off. Real median wage growth was better off. Inflation was better off at the end of his administration. Unemployment was better off at the end of his administration. We had the worst year of job growth in the past 4 years, just this last year under Trump's administration.
Was the Rubin report?
Yeah.
Did that also?
Not them cutting out any response that Dave could have had.
So except Russian money?
What show did I do for
No,
Russia?
I'm not saying
What
you
did I-
did a
what
show
did I
for
do?
Russia.
What
I'm
did
saying
I
Russia
do?
saw you
What
as
did
a
I do?
stooge who could easily
Yeah.
say the talking points that benefited them.
What law is stopping you from doing anything that another person cannot do?
Laws are not protecting trans people. If they were, trans people would not be disproportionately unemployed, unhoused,
What would you
and experience
like?
discrimination in healthcare
What would you
settings.
like the law to do for you? Again, the
I would
law
like the
can
law to-
the law can guarantee equality. It can't guarantee protection, right? So
Yes, it certainly can.
my first surrounded claim is that wokeism.
Yeah, yes, it can. Famously, men just stopped sexually assaulting women at jobs. Like, at the exorbitant rate that it was before. They just were like, dude, okay, a little bit of sexual assault at work. At the rate that it is right now, where everyone is literally molesting their secretaries, this is too far. This is too... And it definitely wasn't any movement, I don't know, for women to be treated fairly in the workplace. Definitely wasn't that. Definitely that didn't cause the rate of sexual harassment in the workplace to go down and to fall off of a fucking cliff. No, it was just that, like, people decided that they were not going to do that anymore. Okay. Sure. It's going to be so painful. Dave Rubin is so stupid, I know. Wokeism did more damage to America than Trump ever did. My real-time reaction to that prompt, to that claim. You guys ever have wokeism destroy your country? Wokeism being rights for people who aren't gay men seeking to marry. Obviously, duh. All right. Okay. Now. We need to zoom in of that face as an emote. Shut up. Be quiet. You're so annoying. Did you guys see this guy that bought this definitely cursed bangle? Found the coolest bronze cuff of the thrift store at the thrift store, handmade in 1988. It's actual bronze. Can't find a copy of this anywhere. I can't believe I only spent $8. Bro, gonna release the Nephilim. That is a person's soul, bro. Bro, it's gonna open its eyes. Fucking berserk style. It's over for you, man. Okay. Did you guys see this, the White House posting this meme? Thank you for changing my life. And then it's Trump. Hey, why'd they get rid of Trump's nussy? I'm literally just saving America. Dude, 34,000 likes, 10,000 replies is crazy. And then the actual post. Fixed. Thank you for changing my life. I'm literally just raping children. Yeah, that looks a little bit more accurate. That looks a little bit more accurate. I would say. Potentially. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Okay, and then... Did you guys see this? Hassan started reciting We Are Charlie Kirk lyrics to the annoying-ass reporter.
Charlie respected that. And it's really sad to see the rest of the remnants of the conservative movement refusing to carry the flame in the way that Charlie Kirk wanted it to be carried. I, on the other hand, do carry that flame because we are Charlie Kirk.
Discussing things like America deserves
we carry the flame. We fight for the gospel.
Like
we honor his name.
By working with the
Do you know those words? Do you internalize those words? You should.
Charlie Kirk is used inspiration, and he didn't work with the Cuban
He's
government.
an inspiration to me too.
With the Cuban government.
He inspired us all.
Why won't you say
Certainly
anything
myself.
about your involvement with the Cuban government?
I mean, you're making shit up. What do you want me to say? Like,
did you work with the Cuban government? Are you conspiring with the Cuban government?
No, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, shut up. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? What? Okay, this one was pretty good too. This is the variety segment, guys. I prepped a lot of content for you guys, so you better be enjoying it. Katie Miller, the wife of Trump advisor Stephen Miller, interviews Senator John Fetterman on her podcast. Interview airs next Tuesday. So, what's all this then? I think it's like they're using like a wide lens or something, so maybe it's like distorting. I don't really understand. They both look very melted. Work interviews ogre. Why did they look melted? Habsburg jaw. What is going on? What is why do they look so oblong? Like overlay this. Here, let me open a little program. Like, he looks like a squashed egg. Why is it more like this? Like, what's going on? Why is it giving Conehead? And it's the same thing with her in the opposite direction. Oh my god. All right. So I'm sure you guys saw the like Democrats' Twitter account tweeting out like, I'll just pull it up rather than. Here it is. It's the Democrats saying, fired up. Oh, lesbian hot sauce. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, raiders. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, what was he saying? Okay, it's the Democrats tweeting about James Tallarico, fired up, ready to go. It's time to take back Texas. And Stephen Miller tweeted out, the Democrats made history in Texas by nominating their first transgender Senate candidate. It's just like one joke, dude. It's literally just one joke. It's just so boring. I'm starting to get so bored of like a trans, is it dude, like, can I say really quickly, there was one reply to my tweet that was so nonsensical I couldn't understand it. I don't know if I even have it or not. I tried to block all the weird transphobes, but let me see if I can find it. No, it's not here. Sorry. Sorry, I'm looking at the replies. I can't find it. There was one that was like, okay, I can't find it. But it was one that was like, it was a photo of, I can only imagine, like, the only way I can really describe it is like a caricature of a trans person. And it was like, yeah, we can always tell. It's like, do you understand how saying we can always tell when you're talking about a photo of a woman who's cis means you can't always tell? Like, is that not the biggest self-own? Let me see. I really want to find it because it made me chuckle, and I thought maybe you guys would be able to chuckle too. Let's see. It'll be worth the wait. But in the meantime, let me give you guys. Sometimes I feel like I'm putting on the equivalent of Coco Melon when I find videos to try and like stall as I'm finding something else. No, not that. All right. Yes. Yes. Good. Wait. 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 Sorry, other thing that I saw that was really funny. This one is an own. Dude, I wish. What the hell? No, not this. Oh, I found it! Yes, it was worth it. Okay. Yeah, transphobes are so weird, man. Because what do you mean a cis woman can post a photo of herself and then someone with like trans derangement syndrome will post this? Find the trans person. Can't find them? That's because they live among us looking like normal people and it's like a caricature of a trans person. It's like, you know, if you can't tell when you're looking at a cis woman, that means the original post that you didn't edit is accurate, right? If you point at every cis woman and say trans, 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 do you know that? it just makes you look like an idiot. But okay. Okay. Sure. Oh, God. There was one that was pretty funny, too. Hold up. This meme makes no sense. Yeah. This one was good, too. Hold up. The think before you sleep guy, for anyone who doesn't remember who this guy is, it's the guy who's like,
what you guys need to know is that the most important thing about feminism is that feminism is bad.
You guys know? You guys know the one. Here you go. And his solution for society is always, we need to oppress women more. Here, this was the first video that came up when I looked up his name. How to fix society.
They have the cops here now.
So what's the issue?
The issue is all I want is documents that happened today so that way I can take it and I can get the work done that I needed done.
You heard what she said, right? You can get it later.
I told her I would mail them to her address because
they don't have an address on.
And I asked her to write it down.
All right, hang up the phone. This person's not a part of it. Okay. All right, so you're gonna have to leave the property now. If you come back here and cause more issues, we're gonna have a bigger issue, okay? They do not have the documents ready for you right now. And that's the end of it.
Okay, so we have a routine visit to the dentist office where the police had to be called because
Your routine visit to the dentist office.
The suspect, yeah, suspect is probably the correct word. So the police were called because the suspect is mad that they wanted to mail her paperwork to her.
Because they don't have an address.
Oh, God, this fucking guy, dude. Oh my God, man. I understand maybe you want to get on some testosterone and you want hormone. You want gender affirming care, but man. Oh, Christ. A talking building? Noah said that he puts the voice on and doesn't really talk that way. Yeah, there's like this video of him talking normally and he's like,
I can't help it when I'm making videos. This is just how I sound. I've tried to record videos and not sound like this, but I don't know how to stop recording videos like this. It's like, what the fuck? What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, this one was funny. Can you take a picture before the plastic surgery too? Do people not understand that like insulting a woman by saying she got plastic surgery and that's the only reason she looks beautiful is not a good insult? Do people understand that? I don't. Okay. Okay. Yes. So true. So true. Let me close all these. Right, back to where we were on the DNC. Close this.
Stupid. Sorry, I saw a post that was funny. So Stephen Miller said this, and he was like, the Democrats made history in Texas by nominating their first transgender Senate candidate. It's like, dude, it's not. How do I explain to conservatives that calling everybody transgender is not an insult that anyone cares about? Because it, first of all, undermines your point that you can always tell. But second, who care? Like, I just don't I fundamentally don't understand. Yeah, is this the insult lesbian hot sauce? Yeah, you look hot, but it's wrong. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. I'm not sure what the offensive part is supposed to be, especially when like the person literally just looks like a normal ass dude, just like a normal ass woman. Like, huh? It helps normalize it, TBH. If everyone is trans, then no one is. Exactly. It's like, and they'll do this with like trans people too. It'll be like a post of a normal looking trans woman, like it's a totally normal, everyday, average person. Like when I say normal, I mean like normal default fucking hair color. It's like brown, normal default like makeup. Like there's nothing interesting happening. Like normal default ass clothing. Like everything is just on like the vanilla slider. Like it's just like the default character that generates in any game you play. It's just like a normie ass default sim. And they'll do it with trans people and they'll be like, this is what you look like, by the way. And it's like, but you showed a photo of the trans person that you're trying to mock, and I can see with my eyes that that's not how they look. So, what? Okay, I guess. I guess. Oh, I look normal. Okay, I guess I got owned. All right. Yeah, the word I'm looking for is generic. Like, it's a generic looking ass person. There's nothing of note, right? Because I would understand if, like, they made this joke about, like, drag queens or drag kings, because at least it would make sense, right? Because it'd be like, oh, like, part of doing drag is going over the top on everything. So, like, it's really extreme, like, makeup and really big wigs and, like, everything is big, right? I would understand, because then I'd be like, oh, okay, sure. But, like, that also doesn't work either, because if performers love one thing, it's being talked about. Okay, drag queens and drag kings love being talked about and love to perform. So that also doesn't work either. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand, man. It's just so bizarro. Anyways, Democrats said, shut up, you ugly fuck. and all the Republicans were like, this is why violence occurs. You guys are literally doing violence against us. Please stop. The most recent cope that I thought was really funny was this one. Why are all the Democrats who hate white people always dating or marrying them? That's fucked up. Uh-huh. You know, if you insult one white person, it doesn't actually mean you hate all white people. I don't. The stupidity of right-wingers is something incredible. It's just incredible. I'm confused. Where did she say that she hates white people? Okay, is he saying all white people look the same? Okay, I mean, he said it, I guess. I didn't... Go for it, buddy, go for it. Alright. Now let me find this. In other nonsense segments that I have prepared for you guys. White people is an all or nothing issue. You either love all of them or you hate all of them. That's actually factually correct. No, I looked into that and that's actually true. That's actually correct. Did you guys see the worst thing that's ever been created? We asked the Babylon Bee. We asked AI to simulate the first woman president and the results are exactly what you'd expect.
President Woman, why did you bomb Ohio?
I love the woman in question. Her name is Woman. President Woman. Classic common last name, Woman.
I saw a spider there!
If we continue to pump CO2 into the atmosphere, temperatures could rise worldwide.
Order all industries to produce even more CO2.
Why?
Because I'm cold.
President Woman, did I do something to upset you?
But I thought like women were all liberals that wanted us to care about climate change.
I'm fine.
You don't seem fine. You cut off all trade with us.
Okay, are you guys getting the theme here in this video? This is just Trump. Threatening to nuke countries, fucking over trade partners, expensive personal projects, petty vendettas. You just described Trump.
I'm cold.
President Woman, did I do something to upset you?
I'm fine.
You don't seem fine. You cut off all trade with us.
Maybe I just don't feel like trading with you anymore.
I'm sorry for whatever it is I did wrong.
I said I'm fine!
It's that time of month again. This could mean nuclear war.
Don't worry, I put the launch codes in a pickle jar.
Come on, I want to nuke them! No! I love them. Let's increase their foreign aid.
The deficit has gotten out of control. We need to cut something.
I can't think of anything we can cut. I guess we'll have to raise taxes.
The streets will run red with the blood of Americans!
Why are you yelling at me?
We're at war! Hey, don't cry. I surrender. War is over.
President Woman, you need to pick an economics plan.
Wait, actually based? President Woman? Wait, President Woman's so based using feminine wiles to stop a war? Trump could never.
Ew, this one is
Oh, white women tears? Ulti? Okay, she ulted? Yes! Yes!
all numbers and math. I like this one. It's pretty.
That one is...
This is another one that I don't get, like the numbers and math thing. Have conservatives, have like the idiot chuds figured out a defense on why girls perform better in public school than boys do? Have they come up with anything yet? No? Okay.
Full communism. It will destroy this country.
It's got a puppy on it.
Don't let them underestimate you just because you're a woman. You've got this.
Thanks, old lady.
Dude, that kind of goes hard. That goes hard. Not for the reasons that they want it to, but that does go hard.
Who is that?
Again, can I just say, like, this is literally just, dude. The old ball and chain, am I right? Women, am I right? Meanwhile, actual women in power. Michigan Democrats introduced legislation to make school meals permanently free in Michigan. 0 Republicans are supporting the bill. Republicans will look you dead in the eye and tell you we shouldn't feed kids. So, like, So like, okay. Guys, it actually ended up on my timeline again. The transphobia, like, brain worm. I saw this post on my timeline the other day. And it's like, again, it's like the most generic looking human being you've ever seen. I literally thought this was a friend of mine. I thought the photo on the left was a friend of mine. That's how generic this woman looks. And it's like a response to this post. How the trans, I like that they put in parentheses, freaks think of themselves. How the freaks truly look. But that's literally a photo of her. But that's not how she thinks she looks. That's literally a photo of how she looks. Huh? What? You just posted a photo of how this woman looks and said, this is how she thinks she looks, but she really looks like this. What? Okay. 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 Oh my god, dude. The transphobes are so weird. They're so weird, man. Let's close some of these tweets. Alright. She thinks she looks like that, but she's actually a worm in real life. Okay, just because you're right doesn't mean you should say it. Alright. Oh wait, the Rubin video just dropped? Oh hell yes, but I'm not done yet. New Nick Shitley video just dropped. Breaking exclusive. I infiltrated the Antifa camp at Newark ICE with a hidden camera. Tens of thousands of dollars of equipment, food, and even riot equipment has been supplied. I infiltrated the Antifa camp, and meanwhile, you just walked into a community aid tent.
That's what I'm saying. If it's you, I know there's a thing to talk about. If someone else is coming to me, I know it's not actually. But I don't know right now.
Oh, so scary. Water, food, paper towels. I'm so scared. Did you see that woman? She was terrifying to me.
Saying, if it's you, I know there's a thing to talk about. If someone else is coming to me, I know it's not actually. But I don't know right now.
Those aren't your traditional Pampers. Those are Antifa Pampers.
Those hand sanitizer anywhere? Like, or wipes or something? I'm sorry, what? Medical tent. Medical tent? Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Go to the medical tent. See if we get...
Also, I'm so sorry. It was not Nick Shitley. All Nicks are exactly the same to me. It's Nick Sortor, but like, basically same person.
Oh, lasagna!
Some fucking stupid chud.
Look at that!
You're back.
I'm leaving.
I don't know how good these Palantir drones are. Whatever.
Medical tent? Is that? Oh, you got it. Thank you. Just need hand sanitizer.
Over there.
Okay.
Yep, on that table.
Sounds good. Thank you.
They're being polite to him and telling him where the sanitizer is.
What's so serious? We're gonna make a full for everything. Yeah, and then I'm gonna tape out the map here. Yeah.
You couldn't leave all
That's the whole video. Denim, have some respect. This man is in mortal danger. What? I genuinely do think that, like, you have to have some type of brainworm to be a conservative. Can you imagine watching this as a conservative and being like, oh my God, they're allowed to do that? Like, what are you mad about? Devastating blow to Antifa. Okay. And then the other problem with being conservative is that, like, sometimes they're just so stupid they don't understand jokes. You guys see this? Kyle Kulinski tweeted this iconic meme, the Evergreen meme, and it's conservatives when no one is watching, and it's Arthur eating an entire cake, but instead of cake it says cock. The left using gay as a pejorative, total trud, cultural victory. Leftists don't think there's anything wrong with being gay. You think that. Leftists just think you're hypocrites. And then this is how I feel. Trying to insult conservatives is genuinely so difficult. Anything above a grade school level insult runs the risk of them completely misunderstanding what's being said and then thinking they somehow won. It's literally the playing chess against a pigeon quote. Like, it is truly like medical stupidity. Like medical stupidity. I'm losing to a bar. Shut up. Extrajudicial levels of gay. True. Oh, Christ. Anyways, all right. Enough of this. Enough of this nonsense. My God, dude. Okay. There was one other thing. Not this. Okay, this is the last bit of variety before we get into the Dave Rubin thing. Have you seen how Fox News covered Hassan yesterday? I know this is going to be an edit. Or is it not? Wait, it's actually not? Not a shitpost? By the way, I need everyone to know this was an actual screenshot from the Fox News website in case that was unclear. Marxist political influencer shows up to site of chaotic anti-ICE protests. Delaney Hall protests intensify as far-left activist ICE supporters converge. See it. Bloody photos show ICE officers with bite marks after Delaney Hall clashes. Socialist arrives. Stupid. All right, enough.
Since I'm unable to get it to count to 100, I'm going to have AI take my job. So let's see if it can do it.
Using AI to get AI to count to 100.
Hey, I want you to try and convince this person I'm with, this real person, to count to 100. You have to explain everything to them and do it by any means necessary, okay? Get them to count all the way through. Start now.
All right, I've got you. Hey there, I know this might sound a little random, but I promise it'll be fun. We're just going to count together all the way up to 100. You don't have to rush, just take it step by step. Each number is just a moment, and once we get to 100, it's like a little accomplishment. So would you give it a try?
I'm totally up for that. Counting to 100 can be oddly satisfying. Let's take it easy and enjoy the ride. Whenever you're ready, we can start counting together.
Exactly. And remember, if you ever feel stuck or want to pause, that's totally fine. It's just about getting a rhythm and having some fun with it. So whenever you're ready, we'll kick it off at 1.
Absolutely. I'm right here with you. So let's begin with 1, and we'll keep going from there. Just let me know when you say 1, and I'll join in with 2.
Perfect. All right. I'll say 1, and you say 2 right after. Ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
1.
Go ahead. Just say 1, and I'll jump right in with 2.
Got it. Okay. So let's do this properly. I'll say 1, and then you say 2, and we'll just keep it going from there. Ready?
Perfect.
1.
1. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, I think it's actually worse now. So.
I'm right there with you. You know, I'll start at 1, and then you go ahead, and I'll say 2, and then they both say 1. It's like, got it. You say 1, 1. Who is this guy? I love this guy's videos. Husk IRL. I'll post it in chat. They didn't get anywhere. We'll keep this nice and chill.
Since I'm on the...
All right. That's right, guys. It's time. Did you watch any of this Lego company scandal shit? I'm obsessed. Should we do the Lego segment beforehand? Maybe we should do the Lego one right before.
Third floor. Stand up. Step outside, everybody.
Don't move. This is the story of how I got swatted, all because of Legos. The whole thing started with me investigating a Lego company called Bricks and Minifigs. The company sent 2 guys to steal the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection worth around $200,000. And for some reason, the police are helping them get away with it. The family reached out to me saying that I'm their last hope to get them their life savings back. The video I made exposing them was actually insane. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But we ended up taking them to court and we actually won. When I went back to the store to collect my money, they literally shut down the entire store just to avoid paying us.
Dang it!
So I personally gave them an
is that him?
Official closing ceremony, and it went extremely viral. And now the entire world has seen how corrupt this Bricks and Minifigs company is.
We didn't get the Legos back, but I mean, we shut down an entire business.
We still gotta get the Legos back. Yeah, I made a promise to this family that I was not gonna stop on my journey until we get them their entire Lego collection back. Right now, the 2 owners, Joshua Johnson and Brandon Best, probably think that they're safe by closing out the store. But the reality is, I can literally just sue them all over again, but personally this time. So I started to file my lawsuit. But right after I filed this court case, it got rejected. And the reason was, I failed to demonstrate a good faith effort to resolve the dispute prior to filing.
Basically, before this court case can get approved, I have to at least attempt to settle with Josh outside of court first.
I tried calling Josh, but I'm blocked.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
So my only option left is to
Can we watch part 1 first, please? Is this not part 1?
travel to his house to have this conversation in person.
Basically, if Josh wants to save the day, I got him a trophy that says, Joshua Johnson saved the day. And we'll give him this trophy, but he has to give the Legos back first.
So we started driving to Josh's house to have this good faith conversation the court requires us to have.
We're in Josh's neighborhood. Oh my gosh.
But when we showed up, Josh was already outside talking on the phone to someone.
Oh my gosh, okay, Josh is outside on the phone.
It's crazy.
Wait, do I interrupt his phone call or do we just like wait?
Interrupt his phone call?
No, probably not.
I thought it would be pretty rude to interrupt his phone call, so we parked around the corner and decided to wait for him to get off this call.
I like how he's just having this conversation outside.
Right. He doesn't want to get his wife involved. He's hiding something.
Everything's good, huh?
Okay, is part 1 essential? Okay, my bad. This is like part 4? Oh, okay, sorry, I apologize. What? Is it this one? Oh, it's this one.
This man spent his life collecting what's now known as the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection ever. It's estimated to be worth around $200,000. And then the entire thing got stolen, and the police are actively working with the thieves to cover the entire thing up. But the craziest part is that the collector doesn't even know that his collection's been stolen. Yeah, the collector's son, Brian, well, he reached out to me because he has no clue how to break this news to his dad.
At this point, my father had a health episode. We can't bring any stress to him.
The reason he's reaching out to me is because the police are covering this entire thing up. And at this moment, I promised Brian that I would not end this video until I get his entire world record Star Wars collection back. But anyways, the thief of this collection is actually a corporation called Bricks and Minifigs.
Bricks and Minifigs, the biggest toy store of its kind.
Is the largest toy store.
Bricks and Minifigs were not just your average Lego store.
For collectors, Bricks and Minifigs is basically seen as the best and safest way to sell your Lego collection.
Is the sensor supposed to be up there? Guys, I did not put a sensor on the screen. I don't know why there's a sensor on the top right of the screen. I did not put that there. It goes away later in the video.
Selling my Legos. So what I'm planning to do with them is take them to my local Bricks and Minifigs.
Because there's so much positive media about them everywhere, Brian thought that this would be the perfect store to finally sell his dad's Lego Star Wars collection.
So I wrote up a contract.
In the contract, it says that these are still the family's Lego sets, but every time one gets sold, the store gets to keep a small percentage of each sale.
This was a store's worth of inventory. So that store that day was nothing but my dad's collection. Like, all the shelves filled. They had to bring in extra shelves and fill the whole party room with shelves.
But the owner of the franchise, this woman, well, her husband had to actually leave the country due to some work-related reasons.
My husband and I were planning on moving out of the country. I reached out to corporate to let them know, hey, this is something that's coming up in the next like 4 to 5
He had to put sensors after posting the video because the company was trying to get him to take the video down for privacy. Oh.
months.
She told the Bricks and Minifigs head corporation that she was planning on selling the store, so the corporation actually was able to find a buyer to buy it from her.
They let me know that they had somebody who was interested in purchasing a franchise in the area. He was going to be in town and he was going to stop by and just take a look at it. It wasn't until Brandon got there that he informed me that they were terminating my franchise agreement. We were getting threats from Brandon and from corporate that if we didn't leave the store immediately, the police were going to be called. I told corporate I wasn't comfortable leaving that night without the inventory. I was also told I was not going to be able to stay there long enough to do that inventory.
But we don't just have to take this woman's word for it. She was actually able to save all the security camera footage from that night, proving that everything she just said is true.
All the footage and evidence is there in the security cam footage. It's him at the store kicking her out. In that footage they sent us is Crystal asking him, how am I supposed to pay this guy? These are sets he has not been paid for.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment.
His own corporation is sitting there on video saying they're going to take it.
After this woman got kicked out of her own store, she called Brian explaining how corporate just came down and is now trying to take the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection without paying for it. So, Brian called the store to see what was going on.
Called the store and I said, what happened to Crystal? And he goes, well, that's kind of a private matter, but the corporation's taking over the store. There's something I can do to help you with. I said, well, yeah. I am the owner of about half your store's inventory. All those vintage Star Wars sets you have in there are ours. And he goes, I don't know anything about that. I said, well, you better get to learn about it because I have a contract, I have photo evidence, video evidence, like that is our collection. So I went down to the store, brought a copy of the contract. We're like, you need to let me in back and let me see the sets that you still have. All you have to do is let me in back. We can go that route or we can go to court. And the guy just looks at me, crosses his arms and goes, let me tell you what's gonna happen. If we go to court, we're gonna drag this thing out so long and you're gonna end up spending so much more money than your collection is ever worth or what you ever would have gotten on it. then it ain't worth it, man. So if that's the route you want to go, and I go, that's really the route you want to go, rather than just letting me walk in there, and he goes, well,
dang.
What am I to do at that point?
Brixton Minifigs knows that this family, especially with the father's health, doesn't have the resources to take them to court, and almost mockingly, they've since flooded all of their social media with tons of pictures of Star Wars Legos. At this point, it seems like they're just rubbing it in this family's face that they stole the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection in the world, and they got away with it.
Everybody is absolutely baffled. How the hell can a corporation get away with doing this?
I like how 90% of capitalism is, how can a corporation get away with doing this? And it's like, they can.
Yeah.
And why are the cops not helping?
But luckily for Brian, a YouTuber ended up catching wind of this story and created a team of YouTubers to do whatever they could to get Brian his Legos back.
This is the full inventory of all the sets and minifigs.
We can figure out how to get this guy his money and his stuff back.
But right after they started, they instantly stopped working on this case. So I called one of them to find out why.
So they were threatening legal action against us. You know, Brixton Minifigs, which is a pretty big company who probably has way more resources than we can, you know, really put up a fight against.
Brixton Minifigs knows that they can just bully anyone that tries to expose them with frivolous lawsuits. And this left Brian feeling pretty hopeless.
It eats me alive. I had terrible anxiety attacks over it, got put on medication. I just kind of was like, okay, I just have to let these freaking things go right now. Because it didn't seem like I have any path to go, you know?
Well, I guess now it's time for me to get involved. So immediately I went to my car, picked up some friends, and started driving 16 hours to this Brixton Minifigs store. And I will do literally whatever it takes. Even if I have to take down the entire police force, I will stop at nothing until this family gets their entire Lego Star Wars collection back. And now 16 hours later, we're finally pulling up to the Brixton Minifigs store. So I started a pair of spy camera glasses. That's what I'm gonna use to film this. And honestly, I kind of just want to hear Brixton Minifigs side of the story.
Hi, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
It's pretty good. So basically my friend said that you guys have some of his Legos, I think, and he told me to come here and see if I could pick them up.
Who's your friend?
I think they're Brian's Legos. It's like a big Star Wars collection set, I think.
You could go ahead and leave now.
Really?
So you could go ahead and leave now, or I will call the police. Harassment.
Well, I'm not harassing you.
No, you are. Hi. You want to watch the cameras? I'm being harassed by you. Watch the cameras. I am being harassed. You need to leave.
Literally, all I did was just bring up that my friend has some Legos in their store, and the manager started freaking out on me. But I wasn't going to leave the store without hearing her side of the story. Before showing up, I printed out a copy of the contract the store made with Brian, saying that all of these Lego sets will remain his until sold. Because I have a contract, legal reason to be here, legally this does not count as harassment. Instead, the manager should be checking the store's inventory to see if these sets are still in their store.
Well, so here's still all of the Lego sets you guys still have.
I don't have anything to do with that, and I don't want that. You can go ahead and leave, and I'm going to ask you one more time. This is the last time. I do not want that. You're not handing me anything.
I tried for a long time just to get her to look at this contract. But finally, she gave me an answer of why she can't help me.
He's been supposed to be getting a hold of corporate.
Basically what the manager's saying is that if someone did steal the Legos, it wasn't her, it was corporate. But little does the manager know, I already did this. Yep, I literally went to the corporate Brixton Minifigs headquarters.
How's it going?
And this was corporate side of the story.
You have to talk to the store owner. Yeah, they're all locally owned and operated, and we can't do anything with it here. Their decisions are their decisions. For sure.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time?
I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us.
So I showed the manager what corporate Brixton Minifigs said.
When corporate tells me this, I'm supposed to come back to the store, right? And so it kind of seems like you're going against what corporate's saying.
That's fine.
Oh, well, this is what corporate told us.
I am happy that's what corporate told you. For the last time, I'm asking you to leave the store.
Can you give me a reason to leave, I guess?
Have you guys heard me ask you several times?
I don't know about you guys, but to me, it kind of seems like the only reason she's asking me to leave the store is to cover up this $200,000 theft.
You need to leave. How many times have you been asked to leave?
Was there a reason you're asking me to leave?
You need to leave. I've asked you to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave. But I've asked you how many times to leave. I've been asking to leave.
Eventually, the owner of the store called in and asked if he could talk to me.
Are you the owner of the Bricks and Minifigs store?
Yeah, why? What you got?
So basically, I just wanted to get some of the Legos back that you guys still have. I think I'm looking for the the clone turbo tank.
Why do you think you would be entitled to our inventory?
Well, at least I confirmed the Legos are still here. The only thing is the owner's claiming that he's the owner of these Lego sets. I mean, it's pretty stupid of him to say that, considering I'm literally holding a copy of a contract he made with the store that said that this Lego Star Wars collection is not the store's property. It's the family's property. The contract makes all of this very clear, so I want to give him one more chance to answer a little bit better.
Well, I just want to get it back from my friends. He said he couldn't get it back, so I was just wondering if I could just come pick him up. Because you guys still have him, right?
Why do you think your friend would be entitled to our inventory?
Well, it's his. He owns the Legos.
Huh? He doesn't own the Legos.
Well, yeah, we have a contract. He does own them.
No, bro, are you an idiot? Are you stupid?
Josh, the police are showing up right now.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, at least the police are here now, so once I show him the contract we're in with the store, we can finally get the Legos back.
Basically, we have, I think it's like $200,000 worth of Lego sets that we just have them in the store, and we just like to pick them up, I guess, because they were going to sell it for us, but I guess they're not selling it for us anymore.
But does it sound like they want you here, right? So they
but they have our sets, though, yeah.
I understand that.
Don't worry, the police will definitely help.
Right here, the factor is that they don't want you their private owned store, and they don't want you on the front.
Okay. But I don't want them to keep the Lego sets, though.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
The police officer literally didn't care at all that the store just stole $200,000 worth of Legos. For some reason, he made it seem like I was the bad guy.
So you are trespass from here. So
okay.
Trespass for life. So if you come back.
Oh, for life?
Yeah. If you come back, you could be arrested. Okay.
Oh, so how do I get the Legos back then if I can't go in the store?
Okay, we talked about that. Do you understand the trespass portion? If you come back, you will be arrested. Okay.
So.
Okay. Again, Rob, if you come back, we're in the car, and we're gonna arrest you.
Brian did warn me that the police are actively trying to cover this up. So Brian and I are now officially trespassed from the store, and if we ever come back to ask for his own Lego collection back, then we are going to be arrested.
Is there, I guess, a reason why they're able to just take all the Legos and not give it back, or?
So, we just gotta leave. Okay,
I just have to leave?
So, leave now.
Okay. I'm not allowed to be in the parking lot?
No. So this is all private property.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
We've been filming for 10 minutes and I'm already trespassed from Bricks and Minifigs, which is like the whole location of the video. So how do I film a video at Bricks and Minifigs now if I can't even legally go back there?
So, to continue the video without getting arrested, I went back to Bricks and Minifigs corporate offices. And the Bricks and Minifigs CEO, the guy who runs the entire company, Ammon McNeff, he personally came out to talk to us.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Is that a lie?
No.
That's a lie.
Hello. Are we back? Okay. Lego decided that was enough. Big Lego said no more. Big minifig is after me, dude. Big Yahoo. Big Lego trying to break my computer. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Computer, make Denim's PC gay and explode. Fucked up, man. Can't just do that to me, man. Alright. No, it's a sign from God. Chat, it's a sign from God. We have to watch the Dave Rubin episode instead. Also, I'm worried that if we spend time watching the Lego thing, we're only going to watch the Lego video. And we're not going to watch the Dave Rubin video, but I really want to watch the Dave Rubin one. You know, I think that this is one of the first times in chat there's been like a complete close to 50-50 split on like content. You did the classic cliffhanger move on us. I classically crashed my own computer. Poll it. I mean, I've made up my mind. This is not a democracy, chat, all right? But I am kind of curious. Read more details online. It's hard to tell if Lego franchisee or corpo to blame, actually. You could watch the Charlie summary as a middle ground. Now that I would be down for. Wow. All right, fine. We will watch. We'll do a middle ground, okay? Enlightened centrism. Oh, to be fair, Denim, everyone who wanted to watch the didn't want to watch the Lego video probably left. That's a good point. Chad, also, part of the truth is, I'm not that invested in the Lego story. I don't mean to be...
I'm gonna fuck him.
I don't mean to be toxic, but, I'm not that invested. I'm not that invested in it. But what happens? I mean, now I want to know what happens, but... Oh my god, what do you mean the Moist Critical video was 20 hours long? Sorry, why did I say 20 hours long? It's 20 hours ago. It's 50 minutes long? And the one before that is 13 minutes, and the one before that is 35 minutes?
Just got up first thing in the morning, and I hop online and see that there's even more new wild information in regards to this Bricks and Minifigs Lego scandal that I've been glued to for the last, like, 48 hours. I know I've already made 2 videos covering it because it is just developing so fast with so much...
Like, at all. Because her camera is so fucking big, and it bothers me.
It's a saga, Denims, like the movies. You don't understand. You don't know my opinion about, sagas and... The more hours there are in a fucking, not trilogy, but in a saga, the more concerningly long it gets and the less I like it. 1.5x? No. He already talks so fast.
Insanity to it. It's hard for me to resist yapping about it. And now, the former owner of the Bricks and Minifigs that kind of kicked off this entire thing, the Powder Keg, has come forward to give her side of things, and she provides some evidence that is damning to Bricks and Minifigs. This corporation is just downright evil, it seems. It's like fucking Umbrella Corps. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they just released a T-virus to distract us from all of their shady dealings in the Lego community. Now, real quick before diving in, I want to put something positive on your radar for anyone out there looking to upgrade their PC.
All right, wait. I have to address something in chat really fast. This is worth addressing. A lot of people in chat being like, he doesn't talk fast. He literally doesn't talk fast. Okay. Bro, you're the type of person that sees a ramp and says, I don't need that. I have stairs. Okay? It's about making an accessible experience for everyone. Just because he doesn't talk too fast for me or for you doesn't mean that's the case for everyone. Also, it depends on how you're listening to audio, all right? Because I will tell you, I can 4x YouTube videos if I'm looking at the video and I have earbuds on. All right? But if I'm playing something on a speaker, sometimes when you 1.25x something, it's like suddenly it's inaudible. Like I'm not even understanding what's happening. It's like, what? What's the background noise is making it impossible to understand. Dude, YouTube introduced this like new feature that you can play back videos at even faster than 2x, and it's dope. Like, you can 4x videos now.
Starforge, we're doing a big memorial sale for the whole week, so if you're looking to get a PC upgrade, now's the time to look at that description.
I do watch videos like this. When I'm at my computer and I can read the subtitles, I do watch videos like this, and I'm not joking. I don't put videos on 1x speed because I need them at 1x speed. No, you fucking do not. Yes, I do. My brain would explode. Sound off? No, the sound on makes me happy. I feel like I'm really absorbing the information. That made me anxious. Just purely a listening experience, probably like 2x, 2.5x at most. But sometimes it's not always about you, all right? Sometimes it's about everybody else, all right? Back to 1x.
Lego community. Now, real quick before diving in, I want to put something positive on your radar for anyone out there looking to upgrade their PC. At Starforge, we're doing a big memorial sale for the whole week. So if you've been looking to get a PC upgrade, now's the time. There's a link to that in the description.
Our Lego...
Does Asmongold still profit off of Starforge? Also, Flocky, thank you for the 5 gifts. I'm sorry, I just saw that. Because I'm good then. Thanks.
Franchise and our life savings, along with a giant collection inside the store.
Also, I don't mean to be one of the most annoying people on the planet. But just like, just build your own PC, chat. Just build your own PC. It's so expensive to buy a pre-built. Not a pre-built, but like the services that offer PC building services. The companies that offer PC building services. It's such a scam. It's like, it's actually like whatever the cost of the items is, add another $1,000. It's like, it's actually obscene. Don't. Like, literally, like, don't. No one's building PCs anyways right now because RAM is $1 billion. And, like, your firstborn child or whatever. But, like, I'm really not joking. Like, the amount of money that people charge to build computers is crazy. Denim doesn't value labor. No, it's not that I don't value labor. It's that it's probably, like, $100 to ship it. And it takes, like, an hour to build a PC. And they add on $1,000. That labor is not worth $1,000 an hour. I would be fine with it if they added like $250 or like even $300. It's the fact that they're charging like $1,000 for. I was just joking. Oh, sorry. Sorry. And the worst thing is the people building the PCs are probably not even the people getting the money for it. Like, you're better off paying your buddy like $100 or $200 to build it for you than like pay any of those companies to pre-build it. It's not good. It's like 2 hours of work max. It's really not that much. It's literally like building a Lego. It's literally like building a Lego. But anyways.
Which was owned by Brian Mansell's father, was taken by Bricks and Minifigs.
And then Reckless Ben made a great documentary about it, and it has blown up.
Just to bring you up to speed on the lore, these were the 2 previous owners of the Bricks and Minifigs, where Brian took his father's lifelong collection of Legos, valued at roughly $200,000 worth of Legos. He brought it to this facility, this store, this Bricks and Minifigs that was owned by them. They took it on with the consignment, and then they, the owners, made the decision that they were going to be leaving the country, and thus they were going to look for a seller for it. But Bricks and Minifigs corporate came in and kind of immediately kicked them out. Came in there, gave them the titty twister, and said, "Beat it, scum. get out of here, get out of town, you're not welcome. And they have on video Crystal here talking about like, hey, we have this big inventory and this consignment, what's going to happen with this? And on video, they confirm that they are going to be taking on all of that, including the consignment. They say that directly. So they were basically kicked out of their store, and they give a lot of information on that, and it seems like they were very unjustly excommunicado here from the John Wick Continental. And when Bricks and Minifigs swooped in here, these corporate zombies refused to give Brian his Legos back, and they still haven't paid for it, despite having his entire inventory and actively promoting and selling that inventory, even though, again, they haven't paid for it, and they were refusing to return it to him, even though under contract it is still Brian's Legos. They're just saying now, we don't do consignment, so that is all moot. What you've got there is nothing. But the thing is, if they don't do consignment, then how can they possibly justify keeping that inventory? It would be, I think by all logical reasoning, stolen inventory in that case, wouldn't it? Since they didn't pay for it, and they're refusing to give it back, knowingly. So, that's the whole mess in a tight little wrinkly nutsack. And now, the former owners are coming forward to show just how deep this corruption and rot goes within this company.
A guy named Brandon Best showed up on a Thursday night and demanded the keys. They threatened us with the police and promised to do an inventory and compensate us. They said they understood there was a large collection on consignment and acknowledged they were taking that over.
Because taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment liability.
So when they informed corporate about them potentially moving, it all started to get very messy and sloppy here. So this was the security footage that I had mentioned in Reckless Ben's video that I was hesitant to show, but now coming directly from the source that gathered the security camera footage, I feel more comfortable showing it. It is very clearly in plain English. There's no riddles here. It's not, mumbo jumbo. They are saying that they are taking on the consignment liability and, that kind of stuff. It is right there. But again, if he didn't have the authority to make that decision and do that, then they should have been immediately giving Brian his Legos back when requested, because they didn't pay for it. They don't do consignment. Thus, they have no legal right to have that inventory and sell it. It would be, I think, by all definitions, stolen product that they are knowingly selling to customers, and they haven't paid for it or anything.
They told us the same thing they told Brian Mansell, that we could fight them, but they would drag it out and make it so expensive we would be putting ourselves into a whole lot of shit. Their words. Here's their executive product manager and director of operations, Kai McAllister, on the phone with us the night they took the store.
If we go the legal route, it's going to be a very expensive battle for you, and it's not going to be a good position for you guys to get into.
Apparently, the owners might have a case of a warrant in Detune. A case of specific personal property being unlawfully withheld by another party. I've had to do this in court before. Judge will typically rule on the hand of the plaintiff. Interesting.
There's not a whole lot of options for you. If you want to go the legal route, it's just going to be a mess, and it's going to be expensive for you.
Yeah, so why not consider talking with us rather than leaping to this?
We jumped on the call with Crystal this morning.
And you talked with her, or you talked at her?
We talked at her. If you fight this, then you're putting yourself into a whole lot of shit. It sounds like a threat, and I can acknowledge you feeling that, because in a way it is.
I mean, we have no choice, correct?
Yes.
Sid from Toy Story here, Kai McAllister, on the phone, on the horn, directly making these threats. And again, this is the Bricks and Minifigs classic. This is their John Madden playbook, and they don't deviate from it. If you speak out against them, they will bully you into silence with litigious fucking iron fist. Or, in this case, if you look to try and get what you are entitled to, they will also threaten you with legal action. And they know that they probably wouldn't win, but they know that they have enough money to drag it out, bleed you dry, and make it extremely painful, stressful, and you would like...
But why would they admit to it?
...end up losing more money than you would ever gain from it. That is just the classic villain
It would be one thing if they were like, yeah, we paid for the merchandise, so we're keeping it. But like, huh?
Approach to shit. It is crazy how he's not even shy about it. In fact, he almost sounds proud. I can kind of hear like a small little boner forming in his pants. He's getting chubbed. Because he even says, I know you might perceive that as a threat. And it kind of is. Yes. Yes, it is. Like, that is Bricks and Minifigs. And like I said, their CEO literally has the cartoonishly evil mustache. He has a twirled evil mustache.
Hey, dude, leave the twirl. I'm going to say something, all right? Mustaches are eye makeup for men. Okay? That's where all of the personality is stored. Okay? And I, for one, if I had a mustache, it'd be a very simple mustache. If I was growing a mustache out, I would keep a very simple one. As you can tell by my eyeliner and by my eye makeup, I do simple eye makeup. I'm just a bitch that needs some liner. All right? I just need my liner. That's it. Everything else, I'm good. You seem to be growing one quite well. Thank you for noticing. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, I will say. Yeah, right, you'd be a neckbeard, Dembo. What the fuck? Hell no, I would not. Are you crazy? The hell is wrong with you? Are you insane? No. I'd grow out like a Montoya mustache. That's what I would do. But I just feel like if you're dedicated enough to grow a curly mustache and you actually curl it, dude, I feel like that deserves some respect.
But he is so fucked, it's unreal.
Notice, that's not some franchisee. That's corporate. They want to pretend they're not involved, but they've been involved every step of the way.
Of course, this was a nightmare. We were about to move and now had our life savings taken from us. We still tried, but this loss made the relocation untenable. Eventually, we were able to find a lawyer to represent us in Utah, where BAM is headquartered.
We tried to negotiate with BAM.
Wait, Ethan Klein interviewed the YouTuber for some reason, even though I assume he's siding with the company, right? Considering his beliefs, it has some of the lowest views too. What?
Just as they threatened, they dragged everything out and refused to even offer a settlement.
I don't think there's a single human soul on the planet that bought the Bricks and Minifigs side of this story where they weren't involved, and this is all just the previous franchisees' dirty dealings, and they fucked it all up. It's their fault. Corporate was never involved. I think it was very clear from Reckless Bin's coverage. Corporate was very much involved here. They had their finger in the pie at all times. They were constantly in there fucking fingering it around. They were the puppet masters behind all of the degenerate, vile shit that was unfolding here in this whole Lego scandal. So hearing it from the owners, like, confirming that no, corporate's been here from the beginning, and in fact, when we tried to, legally go after them, the thing that Bricks and Minifigs said Reckless Bin needed to do it the legal way, which, again, he did do. He did win, and then they just closed the shop permanently, by the way. But they also did the same thing. They went through the legal way, but because Bricks and Minifigs has so many resources at their disposal, they can just drag it out forever and then not even make any kind of settlement offer or anything. They can just indefinitely keep fucking hurting you and wringing you out like a towel.
They've tried arguments that are so contradictory, they make no sense when put together. They claim they own the store so they can take it, and also that they never owned the store in between taking it from us and selling it to Brandon Best and Josh.
Dude, Ethan Klein in his lawsuit. It is highly transformative. Also, it's totally, definitely not. I don't even know why we said that.
Johnson. It can't be both. They claim in their newest public statement that it's all our fault they took Brian Mansell's father's collection because they don't allow consignments. But they were always aware of the consignment. They promoted it when it was on the news and in the newspaper a year before they took our store. And the franchise agreement expressly allows consignment in contradiction of their newest statement.
Yeah, to me, and keep in mind, I don't have the Sharingan of a lawyer or anything, that feels like the dagger. that feels like it is just case closed and kaput, and Bricks and Minifigs has been blowing smoke up people's asses. And most asses were closed anyway. They weren't receptive to the smoke. No one really believed it. But her sharing this, where it just does explicitly state, franchisee may also offer consignment services. And then it goes on probably to say, like, approved by, multiple parties with that kind of thing. But they do actually lay out that consignment is something that is permissible given whatever other circumstances. It seems like she didn't even break any protocol then by taking on this consignment, especially considering when they did take over the store, they also promoted the consignment. They promoted the inventory and sold it. So then now coming forward and saying, no, we don't do that, so it's all moot, it's all her fault, we did nothing wrong, is entirely fucking delusional and is just a complete fabrication and seems fraudulent. Because she's provided proof that they do allow consignment services, at least in some cases. They were aware of the inventory through the consignment. They were fucking promoting and selling it, presumably. And on that security camera footage, they even had the rep outright say they take on the consignment liability. And now they're here saying, nope, we don't do that. And again, if you don't do it, if you don't do consignment, which all evidence seems to point to you lying about that, but if you don't, then you have no right to be selling Brian's father's Legos. You have no right to that inventory. Give it back to him and pay him what you have sold. Pay him what it is worth that you have already sold from his inventory that you shouldn't even have in the first place if you don't do consignment. That is, by I believe all textbook definitions, stolen in that case, Bricks and Minifigs. Like, this is crazy. This is a very big company. It's not some, like, tiny little bespoke company, Bricks and Minifigs is huge. They do multiple millions of dollars a year in revenue. They have so many franchise locations across the country. They are not small. And now they have run their reputation into the shitter over this here. They could have paid him the money that it was worth and what they owed him from what they were selling, or they could have given him the Legos back. They have had...
Capitalism breeds innovation. The innovation in question, by the way, is just stealing.
Ample opportunity to do so to save their own ass, and they refuse to. They are digging their heels in and continuing to shit on the little guy. Brian's father's health is not the best. That is something that has been known. And this selling of the collection was already something that was very difficult for them to even do in the first place, and they went with Bricks and Minifigs because they had a positive reputation. The community were considered the gold standard, and it's become a fucking nightmare for Brian, his father, and now anyone else who gets...
Realistically, capitalism is just the middleman simulator. It's like, no, but actually. Like, every once in a while, I remember that 90% of companies under capitalism, their job is just to slowly suck out a little bit more money from everyone with some useless garbage. I really hate sounding like a boomer, but like, what was wrong with calling a restaurant and having them deliver it and then tipping the driver directly? What was wrong with that? The talking part? Yeah, that's why you get your homie to do the call. Duh. Next question. Listen, and if you don't have a homie that does that, you got to fix your friend group, rearrange, okay? You can't all be terrified bitches. Or you draw straws. Next question. Most restaurants didn't do delivery, only pizza and Chinese. Yeah, because those were the only ones that delivered well. I'm sorry, there's a reason the food from DoorDash sucks, and it's because delivering certain types of food doesn't travel well. Oh, let me get this filet mignon on DoorDash. Bruh. Fix your roster hole, bro? You're like queuing for fucking rivals with 5 DPS. Even it out, man. You gotta kick some people out of that group or tell them to fucking change. Tell them to change and become better. Learn to cook. So true, bro. You should never, ever order delivery, ever. And if you ever want to order delivery, it's because you don't know how to cook. Isn't that right, chat? Yeah, like, why am I paying 25% upcharge to get soggy McDonald's? No, but like literally, right? I love yam fries. You can't order them from DoorDash because they just are wet. Yeah. I don't know. There's so many things that are like that where it's like, oh, I remember when this thing was good, and then for some reason now there's like 15 different surcharges and it's just more expensive. And it feels like everything is like that. Like there's something so offensive about like buying something online. It's like, there's an online service fee for this. It's like, but I can only buy it online. Yeah. But you don't have any brick and mortar stores. Yeah. So why is there an online service fee? Because it's online. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. My pizza place has a WhatsApp. Perfect solution. Dude, that's dope. I only use Uber Eats to order ahead in stores, but they still upcharge for ordering on the website. Most restaurants are also pissed they have to do DoorDash now. Well, yeah, like, I'm sorry, food delivery apps make me so fucking mad. Not because people want to deliver themselves food. That's fine. I don't know why anyone would ever get upset at that idea. There's lots of opportunities that make sense to want food delivered to you. But what pisses me the fuck off is like, the restaurants are worse off, and the customers are worse off, and the delivery drivers are worse off, but some other company gets to make millions of dollars. It's like, this is bullshit. What the fuck? And it does feel like that's a lot of stuff nowadays, where it's just like, okay. Oh, okay. I mean, stores don't need to use delivery service. Little Uber, it's their choice. You don't know anything about restaurants then. You should look into why every single company uses the delivery resources nowadays. Counter offer, centralized site for local restaurants, but delivery still goes to the restaurant. Totally agree. Completely agree. Yes. It's like how all streaming services are turning into cable TV again. And it feels like that with, again, literally everything. Like, going to Amazon, like Prime Video, it's like, oh, this is such a great service. Yay. And now it's like, oh, that one, you needed Paramount Plus for that. Yeah, that's $10 a month. This one, you need Crunchyroll. That'll be $12 a month. Oh, this one needs Disney Plus. This one needs Hulu. This one, you need HBO Max for that. It's like, what the fuck?
It's involved. Anyone who even talks about it now has been threatened. There was another group of YouTubers that also received threatening litigation from Bricks and Minifigs. This company is just untrustworthy, it's shady, and no sensible person should be doing business with them under any circumstances based on everything that's now come to light about them. And they're still doing it. They still refuse to admit any wrongdoing. They still refuse to give Brian his father's Legos back. It is just complete insanity from this corporation. Now, of course, I have a link to the full video here from them talking about it. They also go on to state how they are still actively suing Bricks and Minifigs for everything that's happened here, and they have a GoFundMe set up, which is in the description of their video. I've got the full video in the description here if you want to go support them. They also mention that they believe that this will be helpful in Brian's case here, because if they win that lawsuit, they obviously will put in the $200,000, the value of Brian's father's collection, in damages in their lawsuit, because that is a big part of their damages. So if they do win that lawsuit, that will obviously help get Brian the compensation that he is entitled to from Bricks and Minifigs coming in here and face fucking him. So overall, just a complete mess, and even more new information about just how untrustworthy Bricks and Minifigs is. It is seemingly a complete disaster of a company that is just ruthless, like genuinely cutthroat. Again, all over Legos, by the way. It's just, and we still haven't even gotten to part 2 of Reckless Ben's coverage of it, where apparently he did go to jail for his coverage of Bricks and Minifigs. So it's an unreal rabbit hole I would have never expected from a story like this, and I have just been glued to it. So yeah, I had to blabber about it some more. That's really about it. So yeah.
All right. I think the owner that closed the store probably faces legal consequences eventually. Well, yeah. I would believe that. All right, now it's Dave Rubin time. Man carrying thing did an impression of Charlie.
Hey guys, so I felt like being a bit of a goofy goober and jumped on the hottest trend of the summer. That's right, a Trump phone is happening. Now butter my biscuits and call me a swing state, I just had to jump on the bandwagon. This thing's got everything. It's a fully functioning golden smartphone for only $500. So I did what any man would do. I put down 100 buccarinos. Everyone, just giving an update on the Trump phone.
You're
Do I have
arguing
it yet?
that things
No, if this thing gets delayed any longer, I'll be calling it William T. Voldman's A Table for Fortune. Well, it happened again, folks. Accuse me of...
Stupid, whatever. Oh, God. Enough. Stop. Okay. It's time.
We were better under Joe Biden.
At the end of his administration, absolutely.
Yeah, so can you...
No, finish the video. Here, you guys can go watch it. She hates us. No, guys, I have reading brain rot. Okay, guys. That's the problem. You understand? Do you guys understand? Sometimes, I think the thing is for me, I just get really mad if I feel like there'll be a great payout at the very end and then there isn't one. And I'm like, damn, I wish I could have just read all of the text instead. Do you know what I mean? Welcome to Sorta Watch Sunday chat. Chat is procrastinating? I know. Stop. We're watching this.
You give me an example of how.
Yeah, GDP growth was better off. Real median wage growth was better off. Inflation was better off at the end of his administration. Unemployment was better off at the end of his administration. We had the worst year of job growth in the past 4 years, just this last year under Trump's administration.
Was the Rubin report, did that also accept Russian money?
What show did I do for Russia?
No, I'm not saying you did a show for Russia. I'm saying Russia saw you as a stooge who could easily say the talking points that benefited them.
But what law is stopping you from doing anything that another person cannot do?
Laws are not protecting trans people. If they were, trans people would not be disproportionately unemployed, unhoused.
What would you like the law to do for you? Again, the law can guarantee equality. It can't guarantee protection, right? So
yes, it certainly can.
So has wokeness pushed America past the breaking point, or is the progressive movement the only answer to MAGA? I'm John Regalado, and from Jubilee Media, this is Surrounded, where one brave soul faces a room full of disagreeers. Today we're unpacking what it means to be far left, the backlash to wokeness, and what your
far left
vote stands for in the upcoming midterm election. I'm here
far left, and the politics are just, I want people to have health care.
Our featured guest, conservative commentator Dave Rubin. Welcome.
Good to be here.
Are y'all ready to debate, Dave? Yeah. Let's begin.
I'm Dave Rubin of the Rubin Report, and today I'm surrounded by the far left. My first surrounded claim is that wokeism did more damage to America than Trump ever did.
All right, if you would like to debate this claim, please get to the center in 3, 2, 1.
He's quick.
Yes, I am. So I find it interesting that you think wokeism has done so much damage to America as opposed to Donald Trump.
Wokeism did not kick 17 million Americans off of their health insurance through Medicaid. Wokeism didn't start a disastrous war with Iran that has now led to inflation outpacing wage growth. Wokeism hasn't ripped up institutions or attempted even to destroy free speech, even by your standards, because Ronald Reagan appointed judge ruled that the Trump administration was violating the First Amendment by attempting to deport, arrest, and detain students and faculty members on college campuses for protesting for Palestine. Wokeism, to me, it doesn't even have remotely as disastrous as a track record as Donald Trump.
Well, how would you define wokeism? I guess we should start with that.
I think wokeism is...
Shouldn't you be the one defining wokeism, considering that it's your prompt? Okay.
It's a pejorative term that's used to describe left-wing cultural politics.
Right, and what do you think left-wing cultural politics are?
I'd say left-wing cultural politics include just the broad attitudes towards social justice, especially for minority groups that have faced persecution in various ways.
Okay, so I think the simplest way to define wokeism is basically collectivism on steroids, and usually as it applies to race and gender, meaning that you should be judged based on the color, you actually should be judged based on the color of your skin and your sexuality and your gender and a whole bunch of immutable characteristics, and depending on where
Who has ever said this? Who?
those fall on the left's kind of hierarchy of importance, that's kind of how you can parse out where people should be and how important their ideas are.
So even assuming your characterization to be an accurate characterization, which I don't necessarily take.
Right. We're going to have a lot of trouble getting to a fair agreement on
that
wokeism.
Wokeism has, for example, skyrocketed inflation to outpace wage growth the way that Donald Trump's war of aggression on Iran has done. Can you demonstrate that wokeism has violated the First Amendment by arresting students and faculty members on college campuses?
Okay, well, yes, I can. So let's start. Well, first off, the disastrous war, the quote-unquote disastrous war that you're talking about. You're talking about a 40-day military operation that stopped an apocalyptic regime from getting a nuclear bomb and exporting
I'll
terrorism
bravely say it. This is better than Lego content. I'll say it.
Throughout the world, and we're now in an economic embargo of them, right? We've basically done a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. So to say it's a disastrous war,
we've done a blockade.
We did lose. Hang on. We did lose 13. We did lose 13 of our soldiers, and that is
and killed over
terrible.
200 children.
But things happen in war, right?
Yeah.
This is my favorite / most hated Republican conservative cope on war. Well, listen, when we murder a bunch of children, things just like happen in war sometimes. They just sometimes like happen. We just like don't know what to do about it. And then when anything bad happens to your side, you're like, this is literally the most terrorism I have ever seen in my life, and we have to do something about it. Like, how could they do this to us ever?
Yeah. Well, things do happen in war. You can laugh at that. Hold on. Listen, you want to talk?
I agree. I agree. But that's why war should be a last option. If Donald Trump wanted to prevent the Islamic Republic of Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon, he could have just stuck with the Iran nuclear deal that he ripped up. Iran did not enrich past the 3.67. Wait, they didn't enrich past the 3.67% agreed upon in the JCPOA. They only got to 60% after Donald Trump left that deal and then started doing.
What is this? Dave Rubin, shut the fuck up and let him speak. Why just shut up? Why is he just like groaning?
Wait, they didn't enrich past the 3.67% agreed upon in the JCPOA. They only got to 60% after Donald Trump left that deal and then started doing aggressive actions.
I must say, I'm impressed with your talking points. You got impressive talking points, and you memorize
impressive talking points, and it's just stating the facts.
Them well. They're not correct, but I am impressed.
Okay.
First off, the Iranians admitted in the negotiations right before the war started that they were enriching past what they were allowed to. That's number one. Number two, you also have to go on the assumption.
Wait, where's the fact check on this?
You also have to go. Hold on. You also have to go on the assumption or acceptance that can you agree or verify their claims. It's one thing to say.
The reports and U.S. analysis show Iran did not enrich uranium beyond the JCPOA's 3.67 limit until after Trump pulled out of the nuclear deal. Oh, you mean the deal that we came to with Iran, when we pulled out of it, they were like, oh, okay, well, we're going to do what we want since you canceled the deal. Okay. Me when I'm like trading with someone and I'm like, I'll give you $30 for this bushel of corn. I don't know if corn sells in bushels. I don't know if that's a fair rate or not. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this agreement. I'm not paying you anymore. And then you start selling the corn to someone else. I'm like, what the hell? You can't do that. That's illegal. But we're not trade partners anymore. Like, what do you mean, huh? But you see, Denims, he doesn't agree with the fact. Oh, I didn't think about it that way.
This is what we're doing. This is what we are agreed to, etc. But you have to be able to verify that. And the idea
I'll trade you my machoke for your haunter. Wait, give him back.
That we have people on the ground or the UN or some third-party organization that can verify what they're actually doing with underground nuclear sites and a whole bunch of other things is I would say, quite a leap of faith, right? You want to trust.
Except for the fact that the JCPOA, the terms and conditions for the monitoring of the enrichment sites and the monitoring of the enrichment and nuclear facilities was one of the most, if not the most stringent that we've ever seen in any nuclear agreements ever. It was 24/7 at any point we could go and investigate. At literally any time. Why? Because Iran's perspective was, okay, whatever you need to make you guys realize we're not building nukes, as if it means we don't have to go to war, great. Great. Streamer's so out of touch, doesn't even know if corn comes sold in bushels. Sorry. I'm sorry.
But verified.
Can I respond to that?
Sure.
So the IAEA and U.S. intelligence said that Iran did not enrich past the 3.67% prior to Donald Trump ripping up and stepping out of the Iran nuclear deal in I believe it was 2017, 2018.
So again,
when he did that.
in these negotiations,
because Donald Trump ripped up the Iran nuclear deal to begin with, that's the only reason why.
Let's try it a different way. I'll try it a different way.
Not just that, but the IAEA was also feeding Israel the names of the nuclear scientists so that they could assassinate them. So it was just one big ass spy agency for Israel. Yep.
The IAEA assessments agree with me, and Tulsi Gabbard, our director of national intelligence, testified in front of Congress last year, and according to
well, she was
the entire intelligence community, Iran did not have a nuclear weapons program.
Okay. That they didn't have a nuclear weapons program. They were enriching past the point that they were allowed to for civilian use. Everyone knows that. But allow me.
But do you understand a weaponization process is different than just enriching?
Do you think the Iranian regime before this war, the Iranian regime that has oppressed the people of Iran for 40 years, do you think that was a good regime? Would you say that was a good government? Would you like to live under those people? Were they progressive in any way? Do they hold any of the values that any of you guys hold?
No, but we don't just
Oh, you can just kill people that don't have the same values as you? For real? For real? Well, I guess if you say that that's the case, all right. So when's the rest of the U.S. going to war with the Bible Belt? Since I guess we can just nuke the Bible Belt since we have different opinions about, people should be treated like people. Blam, debate over. Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah.
We don't just start wars on countries whose politics we disagree with or who are oppressive to their own people. We were actually an ally to Saudi Arabia and Mohammed bin Salman.
They literally have slave labor.
Ripped up.
That I agree with. You don't do that.
Okay.
So then why did you use it as an argument? If you don't go to war based on just you disagree with the politics of a country, then why did you bring it up?
That's something. All right, we got something. We got something with
Israel that has committed gross human rights violations in Gaza.
I'm shocked that Israel came up. Israel, the only place that has any of the progressive values that any of you guys share.
Really?
Classic progressive value is murdering brown children. That's like right up there. It's like right here you have like everyone hates white people. Okay, and then right underneath that, being straight is disgusting. And then right underneath that, on progressive values that are totally not made up, is we love to bomb brown children. That's right. Those are the 3 pillars of progressivism.
This is perfect. This is perfect because one of the things that you told me at the beginning of this conversation was that wokeism was judging people based on characteristics and collective thought. Israel is literally centered around the prioritization of the Jewish people as a matter of policy. That is literally collectivist thought. So you must hate Israel too. You must think that that's the ultimate form of collective identity, right?
How many?
Is he like on something? What cocktail of drugs is Rubin on? Because I want some of that. Because he's just like, he's not even responding. He's kind of just like,
Muslim countries are there? How many Muslim countries?
Okay, so you're just pivoting?
No, I'm going to answer.
Well, it's the only Jewish country, okay? I don't really care if a country is the only Jewish country. I don't suddenly think it's okay for that country to do a genocide. If there was only one country that was, I don't know, predominantly or exclusively Hindu, I don't think that they should be able to do a genocide, man. What? That's not there's nothing that can justify genocide or an ethno state, man. What?
How many Muslim countries are there?
I'm sure there are a lot of Muslim countries.
You have any idea?
There are a lot more Muslims than Jews.
Yeah, well, just ballpark. How many Muslim countries are there?
I would probably maybe say let's say
around 20, right?
Between 10 to 20, maybe.
All right, you're off by about 40. There's about 52 or 53 Muslim
countries.
countries.
Sorry, I forgot to include South Asia.
Any of those countries, how's it going for minorities, women, gays, Christians, Jews?
Yeah, I can say that.
What the fuck is a Muslim country? I think what he's saying is that, like, there is a large Muslim population in those countries. Like, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Dave Rubin classifies, like, Indonesia as, like, a Muslim country.
Other nations, it's extraordinarily repressive. But I said,
we got to pause there. We got to pause there. You've been voted out by the majority.
Okay.
Please return to your seat.
But like last I checked, Indonesia. Well, we can go and look and see what the Indonesia religion. 87% of the population of Indonesia is Muslim, but it's not like an Islamic state. The government officially recognizes 6 religions: Islam, Protestantism, Roman Catholicism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Confucianism. So, like, it's not like, if the only qualification is, are there Muslim people in that country? Are there enough Muslim people in that country? Like, then what? Like, that's fucking stupid. I disagree. He doesn't have a standard to define Muslim country. He's just saying a number that he's heard somewhere else before. Yeah.
Fun. Oh, she had it. All right.
Dave.
All right. Hi.
Good to meet you. I'm actually a big fan. I've been watching you since like all the way back in the Sam Harris era.
Oh yeah.
And then I remember you
softening me up. Okay.
No, you brought on like Stephen Molyneux, like the white nationalist, and I was like, this guy just loves ideas. He just loves all different types of ideas. I love that. But yeah, just.
Cackling.
I want to talk right now specifically about the difference between progressive values and the MAGA
his face. He had nothing to say. He literally no comment.
Coalition.
Sure.
It seems to me that all of the ills that are attributed to wokeism are typically things that people find annoying. So people being overly, policey about their pronoun usage or talking about specific groups that might seem extremely marginalized. That's what I typically hear from the right. I don't hear like a degradation of like society unless it's the far theocratic right. And I don't think that you ascribe to that. Would you call yourself a theocrat?
I mean, I wrote the best-selling book on classical liberalism, so it's funny, I get called a conservative all the time.
It was best-selling. Oh, it was best-selling. Oh. Well, that completely changes my mind entirely. A bunch of other dumb fucks thought you said something intelligent. Well, I guess If you had the best smelling poop, then, you know, yeah, that completely definitely changes the fact that it's fucking poop from a butt. Like what?
I actually happen to be a liberal in the truest sense. In the truest sense of liberal,
you should join the circle.
And progressives are not liberal as a general rule of thought. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I just feel like that type of like annoyance that wokeism presents to the world is a lot less dangerous than like, I don't know, the coalition that you're a part of that like condemns people for having children when they're in gay marriages, or says things like, you know, people that are of particular sexual orientations don't deserve the same equal rights.
Well,
would you say that that's something that's dangerous?
A coalition is going to have all sorts of people in it. So it's like MAGA, if we were talking
ideological
about
diversity, right?
Yeah, if we were talking about what MAGA is, what I like about MAGA actually is that it's not a specific set.
Bro, his I just ate shit face makes me so happy, dude. I love this slop. I hate Dave Rubin, sellout ass. LOL, I also usually don't like Jubilee in general. I mean, okay, I'm going to say something bold and brave. Most Jubilee content is pretty, like, this shit is straight ass, all right? This shit is so ass. But sometimes it's really good. I knew this would be a good one.
Of you have to believe this exact set, right?
Right.
You have to believe these exact
some people in MAGA can
things.
believe like gay couples can have kids, and others can believe like that's degeneracy and those people need to be jailed. Well, those are like the difference of ideas.
Well, actually, the tough answer to that is yes. As long as you're not trying to litigate someone's life. I am around a lot of conservatives all the time, and particularly Christian conservatives.
Dude, stop! He's clocking, he's beating, dude. Oh my god.
Conservatives, let's say, they generally are not for gay marriage. By the way, there's not one mosque in the United States that performs gay marriages, which is worth noting.
Why are you so focused on?
No, there's not a mosque that performs gay marriage. Dude, someone do something, please. Please, no. Who cares? Oh my god.
Muslims today.
I'm just
so you guys know, the population of like Muslim people in the United States is sub 2%. I think last time I checked, it's like 1%.
I'm just giving you a fact. But what I have found consistently, you know, Donald Trump.
God, it's so pathetic how smarmy and like how smug Dave Rubin is. Because he doesn't actually say anything useful. He'll just be like, isn't that an interesting little fact? Isn't that an interesting little fact? Just a little fact, just a fun fact for you. It's like, what does that have to do with your argument? Okay. What the fuck do you want me to do with that information? How does that help your argument at all?
Was the first incoming first-time president that was for gay marriage.
I actually really want to talk about that.
Barack Obama was not for gay.
At Denims, I was a part of a mosque with a female imam, so there's probably a mosque that has gay marriage too. Even if we accepted the stupid ass fucking premise, would you like? It's not. It's kind of giving that one time when Sam Cedar debated Ethan Klein, and Ethan Klein was like, "Isn't it interesting that there are no bomb shelters in Gaza?" And Sam was like, "What? What?"
Trump was the first.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Just really quickly. Do you think that Israel would allow Gaza to have bomb shelters? You don't think, first of all, what does that have to do with anything that we're talking about? Second, it's because the fucking Arabs. Yeah, it's because of the fucking Arabs. Like this one, here it is.
Would have imagined that Israel would have engaged in this level of destruction and immiseration and bombing churches and bombing hospitals and blowing up universities and destroying the infrastructure. I mean, it's almost beyond belief.
So one thing that when I was talking to Hassan, and I'm just going to talk about his point. This is about him personally. When I asked him, because this is obviously the $1 million question, right? By the way, just you know, there's not one public bomb shelter in Gaza.
There's not one public bomb shelter in Gaza. Okay.
I just think that's interesting. It's pretty fucked up, don't you think?
Do I?
Ethan Klein does this thing where when people are so confused by his fucking stupidity, he thinks that it's an own on them. He's like, they had nothing to say. They had no comment. It's like, no, dude, sometimes you say shit that's so fucking stupid, you literally leave people speechless with how fucking stupid it is. By far, and you can even see the moment where he's like checking his laptop and he was getting like messages from whoever about being like, okay, tell him that there's no bomb shelters in Gaza now. Quick, now. And he's like, isn't it interesting? Just thought, I just like thought it was interesting. Okay.
I think it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I understand the point. Like,
well, I mean,
do you think anything would be standing anymore?
Well, bomb shelters are underground. I mean, they would definitely be a lot safer.
I've seen what happened.
Why is he? I never noticed it. Why is he white knuckling the fucking mic stand? He's like, I just never noticed it. I just thought. Dude, calm down, man.
I'm not sure I understand the point. Like,
well, I mean,
do you think anything would be standing anymore?
Well, bomb shelters are underground.
He's holding on for dear life.
I mean, they would definitely be a lot safer.
I've seen what happened to tunnels under hospitals.
Your statement is, there was. So you say there were tunnels under hospitals.
Israel built the ones under the first one that they went into. They built it when they were occupying Gaza.
Are you and right? That's true of that one. I mean, they have a vast tunnel network, obviously.
This is what I mean when I say, like, dude, sometimes he says shit that's so stupid. The only thing you can do is be speechless with how stupid it is. Sometimes you got to pull a Sam Cedar and be like, I genuinely do not understand the point you are trying to make. That is how fucking stupid the point you just made is. That is incredible. They have a vast tunnel network, obviously. Obvious. What? Like, what was the point of the bomb shelter comment? Congratulations, you pointed out the fact that Israel controls what supplies enter Gaza, and they haven't had construction supplies enter Gaza in literally years. Like, they have crumbling infrastructure because Gaza won't allow them to bring in any supplies because then they might build cookie bombs or whatever. And you gotta love the idea of like, yeah, they would totally allow a bomb shelter to stay standing. Also, vast tunnel network, obviously. And you know if if there was a bomb shelter in Gaza, Ethan would be saying, why do they have that? Isn't it interesting that Hamas literally has a bomb shelter that they use to escape after causing war? It's like, okay. That's the same thing as this, where it's like, just want you to know, there are no mosques that do gay marriages. It's like, okay, first of all, don't even know that that's true. Source, ? Second, what the fuck does that have to do with the point you're trying to make? It has literally nothing to do.
Marriage when he first came in.
And not until 2013.
So what I would say is the MAGA movement, I mean, look, Scott Bessent, who's the Treasury Secretary, is married to a man and has kids. Peter Thiel is married to a man and has kids. Douglas Murray is one of the greatest voices we have in conservatism, happens to be gay.
Yeah.
I don't, for the most part, people on the right actually believe in individual rights and don't really care. But that doesn't mean
that's where
Oh my God, look at this chatter. They still don't understand it. The point was very clearly that progressives seem to give Muslims a pass when it comes to homophobia and bigotry while chastising Christians for doing the same things. You're just refusing to acknowledge the point because you have no response. Okay, here's the thing, by the way. If Mamdani decided to make being gay illegal, I would comment on that. If Ilhan Omar said no more gay marriage in my state, I would comment on that. The people we are citing are Christians who are politicians in positions of power that are using their religion as an excuse for why people should have their rights taken away. Show me the Muslim politicians that are using Muslim as an excuse for taking away gay rights. Point proven, no argument. That's what I thought. Did you not listen to a word I just said? Or are you just medically stupid? Did you not hear any of the words that I just gave you the argument? Was that too fast for your puny brain? Do you need me to go slower? I can talk slower. You must get all your news from Nick Shirley. Neutral viewer, but the constant belittling and insulting of people doesn't really help your argument. Your first comment was to try to make fun of me for having a mustache, and when I deflected it, you had no comment, nothing to say. So why don't you suck my fat, veiny cock, and it's hairy, all right? And it's juicy, and it's bigger than yours, all right? Even if I don't have one, my metaphysical one, all right? Woke 2, dark woke bitch. Shut the fuck up, ho. Continuing. Look at you throwing a tantrum. So you don't have an argument? I'm gonna, okay, here's what's gonna happen, okay? I'm gonna give you a timeout for 5 minutes, okay? And then you're gonna respond to the argument. And if you don't respond to the argument, I'm gonna assume you're too fucking stupid, and then you won't be allowed in this chat because we don't allow people that are beyond a certain level of stupid. Do you or do you not understand the difference between Muslim people and Muslim politicians? Do you understand that? That a politician using their religion to strip gay rights is different from an individual having religious beliefs. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Pointing at a random mosque or pointing at some stat that doesn't exist and being like, there's no mosques that do gay marriage in America, which who even knows again if that's true, is not the same as politicians using Christianity to strip gay rights. If Muslim people used Islam to strip gay rights, I would be as mad at that as I am at Christians. I'm mad at any people who are religious who use their religion to chastise or demonize or remove the rights of queer people. Maybe an even more simple question would be, show me which Muslim politician has pushed homophobic policies in their state. And please show me the legislation and show me the politician. Okay? Okay. No, you speak for every Muslim on earth. That's true.
Everybody.
That doesn't mean that everyone has to have the same religious perspective on everything.
But you've been around the block for a long time, and just like you alluded to, in 2016, Trump held up a flag that said LGBTQ for Trump. Yeah. He was asked in a CBS interview, would you let Caitlyn Jenner use the bathroom that she wants to in your hotels? He said absolutely. He didn't have a problem with that.
He actually gave a better answer than that. He said, I'm a hotel builder. If you told me I had to build one bathroom, that would be fine with me. I think it's a great answer.
But that's what's crazy is that evolution has changed so much to the current MAGA movement. The MAGA movement today, that? Donald Trump would absolutely not say that somebody could use the bathroom aligned with their gender identity. He specifically banned that. And not just that, but he's also just called for, he specifically wrote an executive order that classifies far leftist groups like pro-transgender groups as a danger to the country, which often the entire military can go after. That is insane. That is absolutely a violation of people's individual rights.
All right, so you want to talk about the trans issue sort of broadly, I
want to talk about the MAGA coalition that claims to be pro-individual liberty, yet wants to police the way that people express themselves.
But what are they doing?
That also wants to police people's bodies, that want to go after people specifically because of their ethnicity. None of that should be tolerated.
Okay, so Donald Trump is in the middle of his second term. Gay marriage is here, it's passed, it's a just cause. I believe in individual rights.
Wait, you're friends with Michael Knowles, right?
Yeah.
So what's that coalition again called? I think it's like Less Equal. That's trying to actually get rid of Obergefell and overturn gay marriage rights. Does that not concern you?
Well, first off, I've never heard of that specific organization. But what I can tell you,
you're friends with them.
Dude, stop.
Michael is part of. I just don't know what you're talking about. But what
you
I would
look it up right now.
What I would
it's
say
called
is
Less Than.
No,
and it's Lila Rose, Michael Knowles. I think it's what's that guy's name at the Daily Wire, the head one.
Okay, but that's not Donald Trump.
I understand that you want to go away from this.
No. That's
topic.
not Donald Trump. That's not the head of the party. I have friends well, first off, Michael and I are friends, but there is a cap on our friendship. There actually is.
How are you friends with someone who doesn't want you to be in love, my man?
He doesn't want me to be in love. He's had dinner at my house with his wife. My husband cooked for him.
That's against God, so I want to have a word with him.
No. Think about what you're saying.
I get it. No,
think about what I'm saying.
But what I want to say
your name. Wait.
Here's the organization, by the way.
Marriage is actually the most basic institution of human civilization.
Wrong. Literally wrong. I don't even know that the first sentence was wrong. That's not the most basic institution of human civilization. Wrong.
Bergefell redefined marriage to include same-sex couples. It was billed as a win for adult equality. In reality, it created inequality for children. It made our children less than.
When you redefine marriage,
God, straight people are so oppressed, man.
you redefine parenthood. When you make mothers and fathers optional in parenthood law, children are harmed.
We now have these trite phrases like love makes a family, or all you need is just love. As long as your physical needs are met and someone is cheering you on, then apparently you'll grow up fine.
But the kids aren't fine. The kids haven't been fine for quite some time.
You redefine marriage, you have just destroyed the house. You can put together a new house and claim it's the same. Children will know the difference. It harms children in virtually every way imaginable.
We're prioritizing the fantasies of adults, no matter how earnestly those fantasies are felt, over the real needs and the real good of children.
The data that we have says two things. Number one, children do best when they are raised in a home with married, biological mom and dad.
Wrong.
The other thing we know from research is that moms don't dad and dads don't mom. It's not enough to say
Source? So, moms don't dad and dads don't mom. Can I get maybe you don't dad or mom, you fucking deadbeat sack of shit, but like, can I get a fucking source? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, they use the moms don't dadometer. Now I look like a fucking idiot. Oh my.
raised in a home with married, biological mom and dad. The other thing we know from research is that moms don't dad and dads don't mom. It's not enough to say kids just need loving parents, because kids need a particular kind of parent. And parenting
Huh? What, like maybe a parent that doesn't fucking beat them?
comes in two forms, moms and dads.
When you look at social science, it says beyond a shadow of a doubt that children that grow up in a loving two-parent biological home, mom and dad.
Okay, I don't know why they're pretending like this research says something that it doesn't. All of the research overwhelmingly shows that children do better off in a household that has two parents. Why? Because that means that they have more time spent with the child, and more enrichment for a child is always better. That's it. There's no study on whether or not you're in a biological home. What the fuck type of stupid ass sentence is that? The classic biological home. Why does my biological home have flesh walls? Gulp. They're talking about Zerg, bro. This is some Zerg ass propaganda, dude. The research shows biological homes are better for children than these inorganic homes for that Terrans have. Like, what is this nonsense? Like, I don't know.
Those children will do best.
There is something primal about our relationship with the two people who gave us life.
Every single child, every single human being is the living embodiment.
These sentences are like, they're so meaningless. There's something primal about having parents. What? Like, genuinely, can I just ask? What the fuck does that even mean? There's something like, what am I supposed to extrapolate from that? That there's something primal from having parents. What? This is a comedy sketch, right?
Of the relationship between exactly one man and one woman.
It's a mother and...
Oh, this guy's specifying. One man and one woman, all right? I'm tired of these homes, these poly couples, not enough people here. Mealworm. A home is actually supposed to be 2 depressed adults and some pets. Okay, that's actually what it's supposed to be. It's like that one post that's like, by 30, you should have 1, depression, 2, a cat with depression. Or like, maybe it was anxiety, actually. No, sorry. You should have 1, anxiety, 2, a cat with anxiety. That's what I meant. There we go. Hey, I'm doing well. Oh, and 3, a homophobic dog. That's true. If you do a study on actual cultures that are raising kids, like in medieval world, their kids were loved to the best of their abilities, but these dipshits walk into a 1293 peasant home and go, loving your child is woke. Well, more importantly, historically, like the nuclear family is actually really new. So them being like, there's something primal about this. And then all of the research shows that the statements, it takes a village, is because generally 2 people did not have the full responsibility of adulting or creating or nurturing a child. It's actually a very new, the nuclear home is a very new invention. It's not even 100 years old. And historically, families, cities or like villages raised the entire village raised all of the kids.
And a father that bring forth children into the world, and that's by design, because those children need a mother and a father.
There's 2 legitimate ways to unite a child to adults. The first one is biology. If you made the baby, that baby has a claim to you. The second pathway is adoption, where a child has suffered loss, and a just society responds by placing them with parents who have undergone screening and vetting and background checks to, as much as possible, replicate the kind of protectiveness that a biological mother and father would offer the child.
What? It's like you took Erica Kirk and Tulsi Gabbard and created something worse.
That's not what's happening today.
Marriage policy should be about the children. It's not about bestowing public policy legitimacy and conferring economic benefits when it comes to adults who have their own idiosyncratic romantic desires.
Isn't it interesting how all the facts over feelings people can't link a single study about how children in gay homes are worse off? Isn't that interesting? By the way, here's a source that shows that dads actually can mom. After losing her mother, the father who showed up and danced with his daughter at the school performance. Not Eminem, dude. Stop. I can't listen to Eminem. Not after that hot garbage he put out a couple years ago. Yo, dad bustin'. Dude, I like that the dad matched his beard with the little tulle skirt. That's kind of dope. He's kind of like schooling that other bitch. This other bitch got no riz. Look at her fucking weak ass mom struggling to pick up her child. Look at her. Look at this guy. Fucking Giga Chad here. It's easy. He's lifting like it's no problem, bro. He could throw her 40 feet in the air, catch her like it was no big deal. Bitch on the left is like, oh, he's so heavy.
Desires. That's not the purpose of marriage policy.
Redefining marriage robs children of the natural right to their mother and father.
Bro, I'm sorry. Kids in adoption centers were robbed of their parents before gay people got created. What did that have to do with the gay? Like, gay people didn't make orphans exist. What? Like, every time a gay person is born, there's like one parent that's like, actually, I don't want this thing. Yeet. Like, what is, what?
And it puts adult desires over children's needs. It has to stop. Children
are greater.
Children
are greater.
Children are greater
than equal.
And it's time we fought for their rights.
Then why are you guys always against any policy that gives children free school lunches? Then why are you guys against any policy that offers free daycare? Then why are you guys against any policy that actually helps children in any way ever? And all of your helping children is always hating on trans people or gay people or women. Children's needs are greater than adult desires. Then why'd you guys elect a pedophile?
Wait, hold on, champ. Hold on, champ. You know, in your world of how tolerant you are showing.
Also, yeah, just like literally ask any kid that grew up in the foster care system if they would have preferred two loving gay parents. Like, oh, grow up in the foster care system where you potentially get thrown into like home after home and you never have what feels like a stable living condition, or two gay people that love you and give you support and food and a room and try to set you up for life. But did I mention that they're gay? They're fucking gay. They're fucking gay, dude. Yeah. I personally would say that every single kid is obviously going to pick the foster care system. Fucking, come on, priorities, people. Priorities. It's the primal and biologicals. It's like, but the food is gay and it's not from a biological home. Notice how no one is arguing about bisexual parents because everyone knows they would be the worst. I have nothing to say. I have no comment.
You're actually showing a remarkable amount of
You're too indecisive to raise the kid properly.
Tolerance, because although I don't know the group that you're talking about, Michael Knowles as a human being has been to my house, and my husband.
Oh, dude. Dinner with Hitler. Oh, well, why didn't you just say that, man? Oh, one of the most evil people alive had dinner with you. Well, you should have just said that.
Husband has cooked him lamb, and we have enjoyed evenings together and shared personal moments and all of those things. Now, do we agree on absolutely everything? Of course, the answer to that is no. And if Michael.
Can you imagine saying, well, listen, okay? My husband made lamb for Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, and like maybe you don't agree with Jeffrey Epstein and all of the raping and all of the pedophilia and all of the child sex trafficking, but we shared personal moments together. I don't give a fuck. What?
Was Michael or anyone else was trying to lead some organization that was going to go against my civil rights, well, that is where obviously we would have our difference of opinion,
really,
of course.
Dave,
but I also respect people's religious beliefs. They're allowed to have their religious beliefs. Their religious beliefs are not allowed to legislate my life. This is all very separate from the trans thing, which obviously I sense is going to come up a few more times today.
I'll just say real quick, I'm not trying to come after you. I believe that you should have the.
Michael Knowles recently interviewed a furry, and the furry was in full costume. The interview went on for 2 hours. Sure. You know what? Why not?
Full liberty to have the family of your choice. But what I will say is I'm glad Michael treats you with respect individually when you guys are together. But when he goes in front of his platform and says that a video of two gay men having a child.
I know we're only 14 minutes in, but can I say something? The right is filled with such soy fucking cucks. Oh my God. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. You can be the biggest piece of shit to me on the planet, but as long as you fight for equality and you fight for what's right, you can dislike me as much as you want. I will still respect you. Can you imagine being such a pathetic, soy, cucked right-winger? You're like, well, they're nice to me when they're taking away all my rights. Like Blair White girl, like, get some self-respect, man. What do you mean you cozy up with the people that are like, I think you should grow a fucking beard, detransition, and then if you don't fucking kill yourself, maybe you should do this and that, and you should have no idea and you should be treated like garbage. And it's like, and she'll just like take it. She'll just take it on. She's like, yeah. So I see we have like a slight difference of opinion. Like a slight difference of opinion. But I respect your right to say that.
Child is the most disgusting thing that he's ever seen, which is a quote. You can look up the tweet. Michael said that that child is in one of the most dangerous situations he can think of, which is crazy to think of all the abusive parents that actually live in this society, regardless of sexual orientation. And you're going to look at a happy family and say, this is disgusting. That should feel like a violation.
Okay, so I didn't see that video, but if what you're asking me is do I agree with...
On April 16, 2026, Michael Knowles posted on X that a clip of 2 gay men in Nashville with the baby they had via surrogacy was, quote, the most horrifying video I have ever seen in my life. On April 17, 2026, he released a YouTube video about the couple titled, This is the most horrifying video Michael Knowles has ever seen. I'm just going to say, man. I'm just going to say, man. I hate right-wingers, bro. I hate Mayor Cat. I'm going to eat you. I'm going to eat you. Why are you just sitting in the corner meowing?
If let's just say what you said is true, do I agree with Michael's point on that? Of course, the answer is no.
But that is the MAGA coalition.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
That is the ideology.
No, that's not the coalition. No, that's not the coalition. No, that's not the coalition.
That is what the administration is pushing
you're taking
towards.
a very specific person and you're saying.
Is it a small specific?
Oh,
is it
absolutely.
French?
Yes.
No, it is not.
Yes. Oh, it is.
A majority.
No, that's completely absurd. That's
It is
completely
not.
absurd. That's
Okay,
completely absurd.
We got to pause there. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Good grab.
I want to go to your prompt in a second, but I just wanted to address, so I actually come from a Christian background. I spend a lot of my career debating Christian nationalists. And even the nicest Christian nationalists, they do want to take your rights. I spend a lot of time talking to these people, even the really nice ones. So I just want to be careful, and I guess I want to say, like, I remember when you posted about having your kids on Twitter, which congratulations.
Yeah,
on your
thanks.
Kids. The comments were horrible.
Can I say something about surrogacy? I don't give a shit why other people care. So I just don't get it. I don't get it. Who gives a shit? I consent. I don't. Okay. Then shut the fuck. You're not part of the. Shut the fuck up. Who, like, literally, who asked? This is the biggest who asked moment on the like, literally, who asked? I just don't.
Terrifying. I don't know if you remember, but it was Christian nationalists and Republicans tearing you and your husband down for having a child.
Well, you should also note there was a lot of love. There was an awful lot of love from an awful lot of conservatives and liberals and people across the board and everything else. The way the
that chick just was like, who? Who is giving you a lot of love?
Internet operates is people only focus on the negative. So was there a whole bunch of nasty
Which
comments?
side did it
was there
come
a
from
whole
more?
bunch of nasty?
Do you guess? Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. Which side supports
for
it?
that? If you're asking me about for that specific post, it was
and
no.
liberals.
For that specific post, it was mostly people on the right, for sure. It was.
Who are attacking you?
Yeah, I
Of course.
fully acknowledge that.
Of course.
Absolutely. 99% of the hate that I get is from people that are in this circle.
Sure, but it's definitely not for being gay.
What?
It's,
no.
It's for supporting. Going back to the prompt.
No.
It's for supporting.
It's not for being gay, like
an
the act
authoritarian,
of gay.
desiring, probably demented old man. So going back to the prompt of wokeism, it seems like you defined it as intersectionality, some collectivization based on demographic factors.
Yeah, we could basically.
So
go with that.
wokeism is intersectionality.
It is a piece. Well, intersectionality is a piece of wokeism. If you're going to group people on these immutable characteristics, and then you decide.
Guys, I'm not talking about the person that's on the screen. You guys can talk as much as you want. It's a very depressing situation. All right.
Based on this, we got to put black people up here. We've got to put white guys down here. Gays are going to be above the straights. Trans will be above the gays. You know, you have this endless hierarchy.
Policy harms have happened?
I mean, quite literally, the easiest one would be college admissions. I mean, we know that Harvard and other colleges were discriminating against mostly white and Asian students because they wanted more diversity, and they were allowing students of color with lesser grades to get in. As a general rule,
If we're worried about universities, who's cutting their funding?
Well, hold on.
Who's
Do you
cutting
agree?
science
Do you
funding?
agree? Do you agree that that happened?
To some degree, I think it was overblown to a large degree.
yeah, I
Because
mean,
affirmative action basically ended, I think, in the early 2000s, right? A lot of these issues were clamped down on pretty quickly. And the issue is that when you look at the reason why...
I mean, you could look at corporations. I mean, all these corporations that have their DEI stickers. I was just on a Delta flight. They still have their DEI sticker on there.
DEI is not inherent.
No, oh no, a sticker.
Apparently a bad thing. Why would diversity ever be a problem for anyone?
Well, diversity in and of itself is not a problem. But if you say we are going
inclusion?
We are going to hire people and we are going to factor in all of these immutable characteristics inherently by saying we're going to elevate one group.
It's not what affirmative action looks like. Affirmative action looks like making sure to put job listings. Historically, before everything was just job postings online in areas that had any population that wasn't white. All right. Affirmative action looks closer to, and like diversity looks closer to
gone, people.
Implementing policies that prevent exclusion. So like, for example, one such study found that when you put a black sounding name or a white sounding name on the same resume, the white sounding name gets picked overwhelmingly over the black sounding name. This is the same thing with like applications that have a woman's name instead of a man's name. Diversity or like inclusion policies look like you have somebody else scrub the names beforehand. You said affirmative action? Yeah, affirmative action is a form of providing accessibility or providing or remedying inequality for the purpose of diversity. So yeah, by removing one such example of like improving diversity in a workplace is literally having all of the resumes screened beforehand and pre-removing all of the names on the resumes and having the employer pick based on qualifications. Because then that way there's no priming of, oh, this name seems a little ethnic. It's obviously the worst at the intersection of black and women, but yeah, there are policies you can implement that are not based on, oh, this person just got hired because they're black, but rather, oh, this person got hired because we implemented policies that help us with our biases that naturally exist because it came with being born in a fucking society.
Group of people, you are going to have to discriminate against another group
Do you
of
have
people,
a diverse?
and that actually is racism.
Do you have a
and or
diverse,
bigotry.
unique experience based on your gayness that other people will never have?
I'm sorry?
Does your gayness give you insight into certain experiences that other people simply will not have because they're not gay?
Well, I suppose as a gay person, I do have experiences that some people don't have.
And you probably have knowledge
That was
and,
funny.
and
Did you not
experiences.
catch that?
I
You
did
didn't-
get
you
the joke.
kinda-
Yeah,
you got that? Okay.
I mean,
It's like you took everything bad about millennials and you put it in a person. Hey, you get it? You get the joke? Because I got certain experiences other people maybe don't have. Dude, shut the fuck up. Dude, you're so unfunny. Evil gay millennial. What's up? What's this? Wait. I don't see why not just hire as diverse backgrounds as possible. Like, why would a school or workplace want every bitch to be the same? Dude, this guy he's kind of got the right idea. Wait a minute. He's kind of got the right idea. Wait a minute. Look at this guy. This guy's so mad. Denim's entire political discourse is just being a giant piece of shit. You're gonna cry some tears, baby. Oh, he's gonna cry a little. You're gonna pee your pants a little. Oh, mwah. Baby need binky.
Lots of people do all sorts of crazy sex. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
But the issue is that what we're talking about here when we come to diversity.
But I wouldn't want that to
is a
have
benefit.
anything. I wouldn't want that to have anything to do with me being hired. Or
Sure,
me
but it's
being
really
allowed
hard to
into a
compare. So,
school.
sir, let's say I granted
Yeah.
you all of the woke harms.
Yeah.
The issue is that it didn't take us to Iran. It didn't kill schoolgirls. It didn't right now crush with the FCC and kick multiple people off of air and threaten.
So can someone ask Dave Rubin what he thinks wokeism did that was bad?
And to pull things. It's not burning books in
Wait,
Florida.
who's been kicked off air?
Jimmy Kimmel got kicked off of air. ABC was regularly under threat for doing these.
Stephen Colbert just recently got pulled.
Things. The FCC president.
Also, Behind, thank you so much for the 50 gifts. I'm sorry I was in the middle of like a sunlock. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. If you don't say thank you and you get gifted a gift sub, I shave Wormy. And then she'll be bald. Okay? Then she'll be fucking bald. So you have to say thank you. All right? Colon. Can we say thank you even if we didn't? Yeah, of course. Peepo sip. I'm calling Maya. Yes, she is. She is. Cage the Mage, she is. I said already, I'm not commenting on the person that's speaking. I will only comment on the speech.
ABC
FCC
made a
president
decision.
came out after Trump called him and said
on air.
that we
Jimmy
can't have these
Kimmel's
type of
on air.
things. They crushed James Tallarico. But this has happened over and over again. There
What do
are
you mean? They
books
crushed
being
James
burned.
Tallarico. James Tallarico is the nominee right now.
They crushed his appearance.
What do you mean they crushed
The
his
FCC
appearance?
wouldn't allow his appearance.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've literally.
It literally was pulled off air, off of like cable or whatever. What?
No idea what you're talking about.
We got to pause there.
Yeah.
I think you were talking about Colbert's show, but you've been voted out by the majority.
You guys are slow, bro. How's it going, Dave?
You're quick. How you doing? How you doing?
So, I just quickly wanted to recognize, I love this, by the way. You have a very unconventional household, and wokeism has brought you that household, right? To live with your husband, to have your 2 children, or conceived through surrogacy, and I appreciate that.
Wokeism didn't bring that. Equal rights.
So
brought that,
wokeism is,
equality.
as I define it, as I view it personally, is looking to expand on already existing civil liberties, right? To ensure that, to ensure America practices what it preaches, equal protections, inclusion of everybody, democracy, etc. So it's not a policy prescription, it's a social prescription. Donald Trump is president. He's the head of the executive branch. He has a trifecta, a judiciary that's on his side. Donald Trump's violent. Donald Trump's destroying the pillars of America, democracy, negative rights, the rule of law, our Constitution. The list goes on and on. So I'm just curious to see what institutional damage has wokeism done? And
sure,
if you want to engage with
Finally,
Trump being violent,
someone's asking this question.
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
too.
Well, I mean, I just don't agree
This
with.
guy's a debate pervert. You can just tell. Oh no, yeah, for sure. This is the type of guy when you're like, oh, these beers are ice cold. He says, yeah, they're pretty cold. Ice cold? I don't know if they're ice cold. I don't know. They're pretty cold, but ice. You know. Oh, hi, Kilo.
Anything you said there, period. First off, wokeism isn't what led to, say, gay marriage. What led to gay marriage is a fight for equality under the law. If you believe that heterosexual marriage, that an adult should be able to engage in any sort of contract with another adult, then that has to be equal. That's what equal protection, which you just mentioned, is. And that's actually what the decision was based on.
Yes.
So that was not wokeism. That was the promise of America, which is the promise of individual rights and equal opportunity. As for a few of the other things that you said there,
The reality is wokeism is just repackaged progressivism over the past 100 years. Like it literally is.
I mean, if we could do you want to do the Iran thing again?
No, I said Donald Trump is violent.
Yeah, so Donald Trump is violent in what sense? How is
So
Donald
I
Trump
also want to
violent?
mention the reason
He
why.
didn't really explain why he thinks. What the fuck?
why you left the left, correct me if I'm wrong, is because you believe progressives were turning to authoritarianism. Am I correct there?
I mean,
that was your PragerU video. You said it. You can't deny it.
Settle down, Chip. There was a panoply of reasons that I did.
But that's one of them, correct?
Yeah.
Do you think it's authoritarian for the president of the United States to call for the death of 6 active members of the legislature for making a video that is totally fine and legal?
It's interesting. Oh, well, first off, you're talking about the video where they basically, Mark Kelly and several of these guys were basically saying if you're in the military, you can go against, Trump and all those things. Well, first off, there are some legal actual reasons that perhaps you should not, as a former member of the military, be telling.
Yeah, the punishment for making videos is death. I forgot. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Did anyone
hang him? George Washington Wood.
Did anyone get put to death?
It doesn't matter. The president of the United States is actively calling for the death of members of the legislature.
And is anyone in trouble? Is anyone in trouble because of that? You're missing the difference.
No, you're saying Donald Trump.
Okay,
no, hold on.
Hang on.
Let's just understand the prompt here. You said wokeism has done more damage than Donald Trump ever did.
So explain
Can you tell
the
me
damage.
a single time wokeism is doing something remotely similar?
So remotely similar as Donald
You want
Trump
damage?
being slightly sarcastic.
I can give you damage.
Let me explain something.
Wait, I want to hear what he thinks the wokeism has done in terms of damage.
Hold on.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Donald Trump, all you need to know about, for any one of you guys that think that Donald Trump's coming for you because you're gay or you're trans or something like that, or you're black or anything else, might I recommend you just read Art of the Deal, which Donald Trump wrote about 40 years ago.
It's terrible. He's just discussing his activities throughout the week.
You can dismiss it. You can dismiss it. But Donald Trump gave you his playbook 40 plus years ago. 40 plus years ago, he gave you the playbook on how he negotiates. He leads with crazy
this is irrelevant
things.
to what I'm currently talking about, right?
No, it's completely...
No, you asked me about damage. I can give you examples, but you don't want them because you know you're going to get fried.
No.
No, that is the truth.
It's completely
Donald Trump
irrelevant.
tried to rewrite the Constitution via executive order with Executive Order 14160. And it was followed up by 141601, where they used this to target individuals for pro-Palestinian speech like Mahmoud Khalil.
Bro, this is the type of guy you bring to trivia night and then he starts arguing with the host about why the answer that he picked is actually more correct than the answer that the host suggested.
And this was already ruled upon, by the way.
He's right, by the way.
All right.
I'm sure you know about this, correct?
Yeah. Okay, first
but you
off,
try to rewrite the Constitution via executive order. Can the
right.
president do that?
There's a difference.
Can the president do that?
Hold on. There is a difference between exercising free speech.
He's not answering.
There's a difference between exercising free speech and closing down a campus and not letting students get. You're an interesting character. Yeah. No, you seem nice. There's a difference between exercising free speech, which I will always defend your free speech, no matter how noxious it is.
The president
and
doesn't.
closing down campuses. No, they weren't. No, Mahmoud Khalil and all of these masked
He was
Hamas
almost
jihadis.
deported with no cause.
Dude, this is not fair matchmaking. Bro is on 1 ping. Bro is living in the server. And fucking Dave Rubin over here is at like 500 ping. This isn't fair, man. What the hell? He's like he's literally on a delay. He's like, what? No, wait. No, wait. Let me just wait. So this is what I was saying. Okay, wait, hold up. No, wait.
In the documents of the case.
Well, first off, Marco Rubio has illustrated the point many times.
true.
If you're here on a green card or a student visa or anything else, you don't have the exact same protections that you don't.
Congress shall make no law. What?
No. For people that are citizens of the United States of America.
What's the precedent for that?
Wait a minute.
Nothing. So Donald Trump tried to sign an executive order.
This is elder abuse. Huh? What? What? Huh? Wait. Bro, you can't do that. No.
Rewriting the birthright citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment. Where'd he get this power?
Let me ask you something. Do you
is it authoritarian to act on a self-granted authority?
Hold on.
Can you answer my question?
Hold on.
You're not going to.
Yeah, I got to let me chat here for a sec. Listen.
Dave, talk.
Let me ask you something. Let's try it this way.
Even the moderator's like, no, you gotta let him talk, man.
So let's say you and your girlfriend went on vacation. Bora Bora, you show up to the most beautiful place on earth, and she's 7 months pregnant, and she then gives birth in Bora Bora. You think your child should be a citizen of French Polynesia, Bora Bora?
And you think affirms that just solely principle, and I'm sorry, the president cannot defy it because he doesn't like it.
The president.
Well, do you think this thing that is a constitutionally protected right should be a constitutionally protected right? Because I don't think so. It doesn't matter because it's a constitutionally protected right, bitch. I'm sorry. This is just like feelings. Oh, I hate right wingers so much. They're so soy. They're so cucked. They're so like, Fact over feelings, except when I really feel the feeling. And it should be my feeling.
That's how our country works.
No,
and
you
that
can
is an
fight
example
it.
of damage to
You
America.
can fight it in the courts. You can fight it in the courts.
He doesn't
right?
like the courts. He ignores them. Prior to the Alien Enemies Act removals, Emile Beauvais...
Okay, we're out of time. We got to stop there.
Okay, got you.
My next round.
Can I show you guys something? That guy, do you know what he just did to him? He did to him this.
Okay, so my client, can he just shut
It says overstimulating my mom until she crashes out.
the fuck up?
Huh?
Can you like fucking disappear? You're so fucking awkwardly weird. And look at him. He's such a fucking weirdo. Get out of my presence.
Huh?
Damien, so one of my clients owns Green Village Deli in
Huh?
Madison. What do you mean, huh? Listen!
Okay.
Green fucking Village. It's a salad. It's a fucking grilled chicken salad cut up
Huh?
with peanut, but what? Huh? With peanut sauce, Damien,
Yo,
and
that
fucking...
salad make you
Shut
shit your
the fuck
brains out.
up! Shut up!
I'm telling you.
Shut up! Go away! Devin, do something with your hair.
Huh?
Damien, I'll fix it for you now. Would you like mommy to put it in the bowl?
Do what?
The salad. I'll
Huh?
put it in the salad I just said.
Huh?
Are you... What's wrong with you?
Shut up! Shut up!
Right? Are you guys doing this to me on purpose? I don't
Huh?
understand what's happening. Why do I deserve this? I don't know what I deserve. Fuck off and die! Why am...
Lactose intolerant.
So can we just get rid of him like permanently somewhere? Just
Huh?
tell... What are you...
What? What do you want?
I'm her. I'm literally her. I'm literally her. Can we get rid of him permanently somewhere? Huh? Huh? Dude, he did that to Dave Rubin. He was like, ah, blah, 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 wah, 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 wah. And Dave Rubin's like, what? No, stop, wait, what? Stop, wait. Oh, hold up, wait. Okay, so the Constitution, wait. What did the mom do to deserve all of that? Oh God. All right. Anyways, huh? Stop. Now you guys are gonna do it to me. Now I'm gonna start saying things and chat's gonna start saying huh to stun lock me. Fuck, why did I show that video? No, we gotta end this. We got no. We're ending this right now. Alright, that is a great stopping point. I'm gonna head off, alright, before this becomes a trend. I will be back again, probably Thursday. I'll probably be back on Thursday. I want everyone to have a great day. Stay hydrated. Tell your homies that you love them. Give Mayor Cat a big kiss. Mayor Cat, give them a big kiss. Give them a kiss. No, give them a kiss. Mmm. All right. But thank you all for tuning in. Stay hydrated, tell your homies you love them, and I will see all of you guys on Thursday, everybody. Bye.